Outside target from Castillo. Corella kicks and fires. Swinging a fly ball into straightaway center field and deep. Simmons going back on it, onto the track. It's over his head, and one hops up against the wall. Wilson around first, takes for second, and he's in there safely standing with a double. Two outs. Corella from the belt. Here's the pitch on the way. Swinging a flare into left. That's down for a base hit. Wilson being waved home. Racing to the plate. He will score. Lewis with an RBI single. Brett has 3 RBIs on the day, and the Blue Crabs have a 9-3 lead. He's into his motion. The payoff pitch. Fastball in there. Strike 3 called over the inside corner. The pitch. Swing and a fly ball hit pretty well to left center field. Chavez racing back, turns, looks, and it's gone. Michael Snyder. Hello again, everybody, and welcome to Blue Crabs on Deck. I'm Jim Tarabokia. The Long Island Ducks are in town for Game 1 of a 4-game series. The Long Island Ducks, the Southern Maryland Blue Crabs, are doing battle here tonight, 7:05, first pitch. The Ducks 1-1 here in second half play. The best record in the Atlantic League, 41-31, as they won the first half Liberty Division, and they've secured their spot in the playoffs. Meanwhile, the Southern Maryland Blue Crabs getting swept by the Somerset Patriots in the first 3 games of this homestand. They're 0-3 here in second half play, and coming in with the worst record in the Atlantic League, 20 games under 500 at 26-46. Should be a good matchup here tonight and for the rest of the weekend as well. It'll be the right-handed pitcher Kevin Vance on the mound, 2-1, a 6.05 ERA, up against Tim Sexton, the right-hander, at 2-4, a 5.05 ERA. The issue this year for the Blue Crabs, whether it's been the offense, the pitching, not hitting with runners in scoring position, at times the bullpen, it's kind of been everything. And last night, Southern Maryland not getting enough hits and not scoring enough runs to really overtake the Somerset Patriots last night. They had the chance to take the lead. They tied the game a couple of times, but they ended up falling by the final of 5-4. Darby Myers with 3 RBIs last night, but it just wasn't enough for this Southern Maryland team that has lost a lot of close games this year. A team that, as I've mentioned before, a tough stretch here, starting off with the Patriots and then losing 3 to Somerset, and then now with 4 against Long Island. Now, keep in mind, starting in the second half, it'll be 4 right out of the gate, 4 on the road against Lancaster, and then 3 against York. A tough 7-game road swing right there. So the Blue Crabs have their work cut out for them here. Luckily for them, though, the All-Star break is coming up next week, right after this homestand, so they'll get some rest here and relax and mentally try to get back in the right frame of mind. Guys also trying to get healthy. You've got Gary Brown and Fred Lewis on the DL. Those 2 guys trying to get healthy. Michael Snyder reactivated yesterday. He is in the starting lineup. As last time we checked, he's in the starting lineup tonight. He is back. He was actually going to come off the bench last night in a pinch hit appearance, but John DeZamba went up to bat as well. Angel Flores was picked off second. DeZamba later struck out. But looking at some of the guys who are not healthy right now, some guys trying to get healthy coming back, this is a Blue Crabs team here that once they get some of those guys back could be a pretty good team and win those close ball games. They've got some guys possibly coming in the coming days as well. So we'll see some roster changes possibly coming up from Southern Maryland as they try to turn this thing around here in the second half and earn their spot in the playoffs and defend their Freedom Division title from last year. All right, we'll take a break. When we come back, we will take a look at tonight's pitching matchup. This is Blue Crabs on Deck on the Legal ID Shield, Southern Maryland Blue Crabs Baseball Network.
Hey Blue Crabs fans, join us at Regency Furniture Stadium on August 5th as your Southern Maryland Blue Crabs take on the York Revolution. It'll be Salute the Troop Night presented by Chick-fil-A of Charles County and the St. Charles Companies, as well as Craft Fair Night, Beach Party Night, and a firework extravaganza presented by PNC. The very next night on August 6th, the Southern Maryland Blue Crabs continue to take on the York Revolution for Southern Maryland Library Night presented by Southern Maryland Regional Library Association. It'll also be Urgent Care Night and a jersey auction presented by the University of Maryland Charles Regional Medical Center. For more information, log online to www.somdbluecrabs.com or call 301-638-9788.
Back here on Blue Crabs on Deck, 7:05 first pitch between the Long Island Ducks and the Southern Maryland Blue Crabs. It is game one of a 4-game series between these two clubs here tonight. All right, time to take a look at tonight's pitching matchup. And Tim Sexton is on the mound tonight for the Blue Crabs. Sexton on the year, 2-4. With a 5.05 ERA, his 15th game, 9th start. He's pitched one complete game, 57 innings pitched overall, 32 earned runs allowed on 69 hits, 13 walks, 36 strikeouts. Opponents are batting .299 off of the right-hander who in his last start against New Britain suffered the loss as he went 6 1/3, allowing 4 earned runs on 7 hits, walking 3, and striking out 4. We talked about it with Tim Sexton, who, by the way, his last win coming at Sugar Land back on the 22nd of June, 7 innings, 1 earned run, 4 hits, 6 strikeouts. Tim Sexton, I think, is a lot better in the starting role rather than just being in a reliever's role, and I think the Blue Crabs staff, they've realized that. Jeremy Owens, the manager, and pitching coach Bill Bliss, I think they've realized that this team is a lot better with having Tim Sexton as a starter rather than a reliever. He likes the routine better, so Sexton is in the starting rotation. He will get the start here tonight. He's lost his last 2 starts. He did pitch all 9 innings against Sugar Land on the 27th, one of his best starts of the year, in fact. 9 innings, 2 earned runs allowed on 6 hits, 5 strikeouts, 1 walk, but the Blue Crabs fell that night. Again, it was a lack of offense from Southern Maryland. So Tim Sexton on the mound tonight, the right-hander for Southern Maryland, while Kevin Vance, the right-hander, is on the mound for Long Island. 2-1. He is checking in with a record of 2-1, 6.05 ERA. His 21st game, 19 1/3 innings pitched, 13 earned runs, 22 hits, 20 strikeouts, and 9 walks. In his last start back on the 3rd at home against Sugar Land, he did not factor in the decision. He came out of the bullpen. 1 inning, 1 hit, 1 strikeout. He is making his first start of the season here tonight. So he has pitched a couple of times against the Blue Crabs this year, and he will get the start here tonight. So Kevin Vance, the right-hander, overall 2-1, 6.05 ERA up against Tim Sexton. By the way, John Brownell will start tomorrow, Darren Downs on Saturday, and then Bruce Kern on Sunday. So tomorrow we've got John Brownell against Brian Grenning, but tonight Kevin Vance, 2-1, 6.05 ERA up against Tim Sexton, the right-hander, 2-4. A 5.05 ERA. We will step aside when we come back. Michaela Johnson did a video interview today that is currently on our Facebook page. We will have the audio for you of that interview with John DeZamba next. This is the Legal ID Shield Southern Maryland Blue Crabs Baseball Network. Blue Crabs fans, come out to the ballpark August 2nd against Lancaster. It's Hearing Professionals, Silver Sluggers, night number 7. Free Popcorn Tuesdays, presented by RC Theaters Lexington Exchange for the first 500 fans. On August 3rd, 11:05 special start time, it's Camp and Recreation Day. And on August 4th against the Barnstormers, it's National Night Out Celebration and Foster's Grill, Wings, and Beer Night. For more information, log on to somdbluecrabs.com or call 301-638-9788. Back here on Blue Crabs on deck, 7:05 first pitch between the Long Island Ducks and the Southern Maryland Blue Crabs. Michaela Johnson did a video interview, which is currently on our Facebook and Twitter page, Southern Maryland Blue Crabs Facebook and Twitter page. She did an interview today with John DeZamba.
Michaela Johnson with the Southern Maryland Blue Crabs. Here with me is infielder and outfield John DeZamba. Thanks for talking to us today, John.
Absolutely.
So you were with Southern Maryland in 2014, and you're back in 2016. What are the differences you've noticed between the seasons and the similarities?
Overall, when I first got here, it was the first time they landed for me. It was an experience, one of those things that is independent ball. That was one of the areas where I was striving to get to. So it was a culture shock, and baseball shock for me, getting there, playing with guys that not only did I watch on TV, but at the same time, guys that I always you look up to, and this is where I want to go. The first time, I'll admit, the first couple times I get at bat or you get in the field, I was scared. I think my first game, I booted my first 2 balls and made it through base. So it was definitely a little bit of a shock. I was just, oh my God, I'm out here. But at the same time, here now, I feel just my life a little bit more seasoned. I feel like a little bit more experienced. I feel like for once I actually deserve to be here. And I know that, I can actually play with the guys instead of just hoping that I can stay instead of being released. But, I feel like that's probably the biggest difference from the 2 seasons.
Well, it sounds like your first season here was an awesome experience for you. We're definitely glad to have you back now. So you play second base and you play outfield.
Yeah.
Which do you prefer, and would you say is your natural position?
Well, I say everybody thinks that I'm not a second baseman. Everybody always tells me I should have been an outfielder, and my brother, and my dad, everybody I talk to. And you know what? Maybe that's true. I like playing the outfield. It was always one of those things when I was little. I used to go to the field since I was 3, 4. My dad used to just hit me fly balls as high as he could on the big diamond, and it was between brother and I who could go get it first. So it was one of those things I always took pride in doing it, but I always wanted to become a middle infielder. My heroes growing up were always middle infielder, second baseman, so that's why I wanted to do it. And always just this takes that one person to think you're good, and that's what I know is out there. I've had people always tell me you keep getting better and better and better, and I appreciate it sometimes when he says that to me. So I guess more naturally I'm a second baseman because I played a lot, but as an outfielder, corner outfielder, as a center fielder, I feel I might become more natural at that in my future.
Okay, that makes sense.
Yeah.
And we saw you out here a couple days ago on July 4th grilling outside the clubhouse. What are some of your hobbies off the field that you like to do when you're not playing baseball?
Love to grill. Love to grill. I'm a very weird individual, and by that I have a lot of hobbies, a lot of interest that not a lot of women or anybody, I would say nobody, besides from my wife, but I'm gonna hold on to her like grim death because she's married to me, so I think she has to like it. I'm a big guy with U.S. history, travel historian. I love to travel. I love to take photographs. I'm a big railroad historian. I love trains, railroads. I'm a big grandfather with the railroad, and I just love to cook. I lived in Charlotte, North Carolina for the past 2 years with my wife, and she has a cousin who was married to a former professional soccer player from Uruguay. And I guess it's a big custom over in Uruguay what they do is they do these big type of, because it's not exactly the same as it is here where, it's really available with grills and everything. So a lot of times what they do is they'll make a big grill and they'll go to the butcher shop and they'll buy pounds of meat, like 10 to 20 pounds of meat, everything. And they'll just cook it. They'll do like an open grill with wood on the bottom and just cook it. So over the past, I was always one of those guys that loved to grill. And when I got over there, it was 2 o'clock in the morning, 3 o'clock in the morning, you're hanging out all of a sudden. It's, hey man, I got brisket, or I got a rack of ribs, or I have, sirloin. Do you want to throw them on the grill? Yes, let's do that. So I love just fire. I love throwing meat on a grill and just sitting there because there's nothing better in the whole world than fire, sitting by yourself, no distractions, no cell phone or nothing. You can just talk to your friends and just enjoy life. And I just love cooking. It kind of takes me away if I have a crappy day or some of my struggles I've been having here over the past couple of weeks. And it's something good that God put on this earth for me to do. And not to mention appreciating me, which I love.
That's awesome. That's really interesting.
Yeah.
Thanks for sharing that with us.
Absolutely.
All right. This has been Michaela Johnson with John DeZamba. First game of the series against the Long Island Ducks tonight at 7:05 at Regency Furniture Stadium.
All right, good job, Michaela. John, you know what? And John, I like John a lot, and he actually does do a nice job grilling. But John, I'm weird as well. Nothing wrong with that. John DeZamba, thank you very much for joining us today here on Blue Crabs on Deck. We'll take a break. When we come back, we've got our out-of-town scoreboard. This is Blue Crabs on Deck on the Legal ID Shield Southern Maryland Blue Crabs Baseball Network.
ID Shield is the best way to protect your identity. If you become a victim of identity theft, ID Shield spends up to $5 million to do everything that it can to restore your identity. ID Shield is dedicated to your safety. Their identity specialists are focused on protecting you. They provide you with the services that walk you through all the steps to protect yourself. ID Shield monitors all of your personal information from social security numbers, credit cards, and bank accounts. ID Shield monitors everything from your passport, email, phone numbers, driver's license information, and much more. ID Shield is the only company that is partnered with Kroll, the worldwide leader in theft investigative services. ID Shield partner with Kroll protects the identities of more than 1 million people in 50 states and 4 Canadian provinces. For more information, call 571-337-3588 or log on to www.legalshieldassociate.com/BowareMJ.
This is Jeremy Owens, manager of the Blue Crabs. Thanks for listening to Blue Crab Baseball. Now back to the game.
Back here on Blue Crabs on Deck. Thank you for joining us. I'm Jim Tarabokia. Glad you're with us as we get you set for Game 1 of this 4-game series between the Long Island Ducks and the Southern Maryland Blue Crabs. It is Game 1 of the 4-game series tonight, 7:05, first pitch. Time now for our out-of-town scoreboard segment, and we will start, as we always do, in the Atlantic League. At New Britain Stadium, 6:35 first pitch, the Bridgeport Bluefish and the New Britain Bees. Elsewhere around the Atlantic League, the York Revolution are in Sugar Land, Texas, 7:05 first pitch at Constellation Field. 7:05 first pitch at TD Bank Ballpark. The Lancaster Barnstormers and the the Somerset Patriots. The Barnstormers and the Patriots tonight in Game 1 of that series. The Pirates and the Cardinals already in action on the Major League Baseball side of things. The Tigers and the Blue Jays will battle it out tonight, 7:07 first pitch at the Rogers Center. It's Game 1 of a 4-game series. Detroit 45-40, Toronto 48-39. Justin Verlander 8-6, 4.11 ERA. He's 4-1 over his last 6 starts. He will start against the right-hander Drew Hutchinson, who's 1-0 with a 5.40 ERA. He gets the ball in the series opener with Marco Estrada heading to the disabled list. Tigers and the Blue Jays tonight, 7:07 first pitch from the Rogers Center. The Yankees and the Indians, 7:10 first pitch from Progressive Field. The Yankees 41-43. Cleveland 51-33. It'll be Ivan Nova, the right-hander, at 5-5, a 5.06 ERA against Trevor Bauer, 7-2, 3.02 ERA. He missed his last start due to the need for him to come out of the bullpen in that 19-inning game against Toronto last Friday. So Bauer will start for the Indians. It is Game 1 of a 4-game series between those two clubs, the Yankees and the Indians tonight, 7:10 first pitch from Progressive Field. The Nationals and the Mets, 7:10 first pitch from Citi Field. Washington 51-35, New York 46-38. Lucas Giolito will get the start, making his second major league start after that rain-shortened debut last week. It'll be Bartolo Colon for the Mets. The right-hander 7-4, 2.87 ERA. Will try for his 8th straight start, allowing 2 runs or fewer, excluding that June 21st start against the Royals, where he tossed only 4 pitches before exiting that game due to a bruised thumb. So those two teams will play Game 1 of a 4-game set beginning tonight at Citi Field, 7:10 first pitch, the Nationals and the Mets. Braves and the Cubs tonight. It is an 8:05 start from Wrigley Field. Atlanta 28-57, Chicago 52-32. Lucas Harrell 1-0, 1.50 ERA. He will get the start up against Jason Hamill, who's 7-5, a 3.45 ERA. Give up a career-high 10 runs and also a career-high 5 home runs over 4 innings against the Mets in his last outing. Braves and the Cubs tonight. First pitch at 8:05 from Wrigley Field. Twins and the Rangers, 8:05 first pitch from Globe Life Ballpark in Arlington. Minnesota 29-55. Texas 53-33. Tyler Duffy 4-6, 5.62 ERA. The right-hander starting for Minnesota, while Chichi Gonzalez 0-1, 9.53 ERA. He allowed 4 runs, 1 earned, and 2/3 of an inning against the Twins on Saturday. He will start for Texas. Twins and the Rangers tonight from Globe Life Ballpark. 8:05 first pitch in Texas. Athletics and the Astros, 8:10 first pitch from Minute Maid Park. Oakland 36-49, Houston 46-39. Rich Hill, the left-hander, 8-3, 2.31 ERA. He will start for Oakland. Doug Fister, the right-hander, 8-5, 3.66 ERA. He is starting for Houston. Seattle and Kansas City, the Mariners and the Royals, 8:15 start from Kauffman Stadium. Seattle 43-42, Kansas City 43-41. It is Game 1 of a 4-game series between those two clubs. It'll be James Paxton, the left-hander, 2-3, 4.24 ERA, up against Danny Duffy, who is 4-1, the left-hander, a 3.11 ERA. So it'll be the Mariners and the Royals tonight, 8:15 start from Kauffman Stadium. Philadelphia, Colorado, 8:40 start from Coors Field. The Phillies 40-46, Rockies 38-46. Adam Morgan, the left-hander, 1-6, a 6.31 ERA, making a spot start for Adam Nola, as Chad Bettis will start, the right-hander, 6-6, a 5.85 ERA. He will get the ball tonight for the Rockies. San Diego and Los Angeles, the Padres 37-48, Dodgers 48-39. 10-10 start from Dodger Stadium. Drew Pomeranz, the left-hander, 7-7, 2.65 ERA. The 27-year-old tossing against Hyunjin Ryu, the left-hander, pitching on a Major League Baseball mound for the first time since the 2014 playoffs, a span of 640 days. He had shoulder surgery on May 21st of last year. Of 2015, so he will be getting the start tonight for the Dodgers, making his return to the Dodgers in Major League Baseball. And one other final from earlier today, the Angels defeated the Rays by the final of 5-1. Angels now 36-50, Rays 34-51. Angels 5 runs on 8 hits, Rays 1 run, 5 hits, and 1 error committed. Santiago was the winning pitcher in that one, getting the start, his 6th win of the year, 7 innings, 3 hits allowed, striking out 9. Pujols with his 58th RBI of the year. C.J. Cron, 2 RBIs today. RBIs number 47 and 48. And Yunel Escobar with RBI number 26. Snell suffered the loss. He's now 1-4 for the Rays. 6 innings, 2 earned runs, 4 hits, 7 strikeouts, 2 walks. Miller with his 13th home run of the year in the 8th inning and his 30th RBI of the year. But the Rays falling short today by the final of 5-1. We'll keep you updated on the out-of-town scoreboard throughout tonight's ballgame. We'll step aside. We'll wrap things up coming up next on Blue Crabs on Deck on the Legal ID Shield Southern Maryland Blue Crabs Baseball Network.
Hey, Blue Crabs fans, join us at the ballpark on August 7th as your Southern Maryland Blue Crabs take on the York Revolution. It's Chick-fil-A Backfin Buddies Day number 7, Babies in Baseball, as well as pregame autograph sessions, kids play in Pinch's Playground for free, and post-game kids run the bases. After about a week off, the Blue Crabs come back to town on August 15th against the Bridgeport Bluefish for Bark in the Park presented by Perfect Pet Resort, as well as Dollar Hot Dog Night. And then on August 16th, it's Hearing Professional Silver Sluggers Day number 8, Shirt Off Your Back Clothing Drive Thankful Tuesday, as well as free popcorn presented by RC Theaters Lexington Exchange for the first 500 fans. For more information, call 301-638-9788 or visit www.somdbluecrabs.com.
All right, time to wrap things up here on Blue Crabs on Deck. Thank you for joining us. 7:05 first pitch. It's coming up in moments here. The Southern Maryland Blue Crabs and the Long Island Ducks. The Ducks 1-1 here in second half play. 41-31, the best record in the Atlantic League. They're 8-2 this year against the Blue Crabs, while Southern Maryland 0-3, getting swept in their first 3 games here in the second half by the Somerset Patriots. 20 games under 500, a season high at 26-46. The pitching matchup tonight, Kevin Vance making the spot start, 2-1, 6.05 ERA, up against Tim Sexton, who's 2-4, a 5.05 ERA. We'll step aside. The first pitch is coming up next between the Long Island Ducks and the Southern Maryland Blue Crabs. This is the Legal ID Shield Southern Maryland Blue Crabs Baseball Network. Blue Crabs fans, great seats are still available. Group tickets start as low as $10 per person. We also offer very affordable luxury suites and picnic area packages. For more information, log on to somdbluecrabs.com or call 301-638-9788.
If you can't make it to the park, you can listen to every Blue Crabs home game
on the Blue Crabs Baseball Network.
This is Jeremy Owens, manager of the Blue Crabs. Thanks for listening to Blue Crab Baseball. Now back to the game.
Blue Crabs have started out the second half 0-3. After getting swept by the Somerset Patriots, they welcome the Long Island Ducks to town for a 4-game series, smack dab in the middle of this 7-game homestand. Meanwhile, the Long Island Ducks, after winning the Liberty Division in the first half, 41-31 overall, the best team record-wise in the Atlantic League. They're 1-1 here in second half play. It is the Long Island Ducks and the Southern Maryland Blue Crabs. Game 1 of a 4-game series. Southern Maryland Blue Crabs baseball begins right now. The wind, here's the payoff. Outside corner, got him looking. Strike 3, a fastball. Arceau from the belt, runner not going. The pitch is swung on, grounded to short. Lombardozzi charges. He scoops, shovels to second one. Nelson's turn. On to first is in time. A double play. Pitch. Swing and a fly ball. Off in the air to right and deep. Repko going back. He turns, looks, and it's gone. He's into his motion. The payoff pitch. Fastball in there. Strike 3 called over the inside corner. Southern Maryland Blue Crabs baseball is presented by Legal ID Shield. Hello again, everybody. A pleasant good evening. Welcome inside Regency Furniture Stadium. I am Jim Tarabokia. Nice night here at the ballpark as we are set for baseball. It is game 1 of a 4-game series between the Long Island Ducks and the Southern Maryland Blue Crabs. Well, the Blue Crabs last night falling by the final of 5-4 as they got swept by the Somerset Patriots. They've started out the second half here 0-3. Their backs up against the wall. They have to win this second half Freedom Division title to earn a spot in the playoffs. Currently the worst team in the Atlantic League, 20 games, a season high, under 500 at 26-46. The Ducks 41-31 on the season. On the other side, meanwhile, that's the best record in the Atlantic League, and they're 1-1 here in second half play. Smack dab in the middle of this 7-game homestand. It's the right-handed pitcher Tim Sexton on the hill tonight for Southern Maryland. Tim on the year is 2-4 with a 5.05 ERA, 14 games and 8 starts, 57 innings pitched, 33 runs, 32 of them earned, 13 walks, and 36 strikeouts, suffering the loss against New Britain in his last outing. Back on the second, going 6 1/3, 4 earned runs, 7 hits, 4 strikeouts, and 3 walks. On the other side for the Ducks, they've got Kevin Vance making his first start of this 2016 campaign. Vance 2-1 on the year, a 6.05 ERA. So Kevin will make the start tonight for the Ducks against the right-handed pitcher Tim Sexton. Long Island this year holding the 8-2 advantage over Southern Maryland. The last time these two teams met back on the 12th, Long Island banged out 20 hits. That was a season high given up by Blue Crabs pitching. And they went on to victory 14-4. In fact, Lentini got things started off Scott Snodgrass. The first pitch that he saw leading off the game, ripped it over the wall in dead red center field. And that was right here at Regency Furniture Stadium. It was a struggling Blue Crabs team that right now is kind of struggling as well in the midst of a losing streak. The Blue Crabs coming into tonight's ball game having lost 6 straight games, looking to turn that around, just getting swept by the Somerset Patriots. And while it's been the pitching struggles from last night and at times also during that last series against the Patriots, it's been the offense as well that has been very quiet here the last 5 games. In fact, as we've talked about, the Blue Crabs in their last 5 games offensively hitting just .247, which is the worst batting average over that time span in the league. So now the Ducks coming into tonight's game, a team that has the best record in the Atlantic League, looking to buffer that a little bit here. 41 wins, 31 losses. 1-1 here in second half play. So we are just about ready for baseball. The Blue Crabs just about ready to take the field. And this time we'd like to tell you that Fans ID Shield provides security monitoring and complete restoration of your valuable information, protecting what is valuable to you. They monitor your credit, social security number, and also track your credit score. For more information, log on to LegalShieldAssociate.com/BulwareMJ or contact Marcellus and Jeanette Bulware at 571-337-3588. That is Marcellus and Jeanette Bulware, 571-337-3588. Last night, the Blue Crabs falling by the final of 5-4. They blew a 7-run lead in Game 2 of that series on Tuesday, falling by the final of 10-7, and then Game 1 losing 3-1 on July 4th. It was a tough start to this second half for the Blue Crabs, losing those 3 games. And you look at last night's game just in general, this Blue Crabs team had a chance to overtake the Patriots in last night's game, at least salvage the series, but they were only able to tie the game. Trayvon Robinson in the 6th inning last night ripping a home run over the wall in right center field. And with that gave the Patriots the lead and the eventual win. That was the difference in last night's game. Now, you look at this series here. You've got Kevin Vance tonight for the Ducks, John Brownell, the right-hander, for the Ducks tomorrow, Darren Downs on Saturday, and Bruce Kern on Sunday. So a tough pitching, tough rotation coming up here for the Ducks that the Blue Crabs hitters are going to have to face coming up this weekend. By the way, Michael Snyder, who was just activated today, is in the starting lineup. We'll get to the starting lineups in just a moment. But right now, we send it down to field level as the Blue Crabs have taken the field. It is time for our national anthem.
Fans, please rise, and gentlemen, remove your caps as we welcome Southern Mixed Barbershop Chorus as they honor America with their rendition of the Star Spangled Banner.
Great job with the national anthem. The Crabs have taken the field. It is time for tonight's Legal ID Shield starting lineups. First for the Long Island Ducks, wearing the orange jerseys with the orange lettering across the chest, green numbers on the backs, gray pants, and they are wearing the black caps with the orange brims tonight, positioned in the first base side dugout, managed by Kevin Baez. Anthony Vega will lead things off. He is playing left field. Phelant Lentini, the right fielder, bats second. Delta Cleary Jr., the center fielder, is batting third. Cody Puckett cleans up, batting fourth. He's the second baseman. Dan Lyons bats fifth. He's the shortstop. Mark Minicozy is the first baseman, batting sixth. Mike Dowd is batting seventh. He's the catcher. Mike Blank, the DH, is batting eighth. Matt Wessinger is the third baseman, and he is batting ninth. Vega, Lentini, Cleary Jr., Puckett, Lyons, Minicozy, Dowd, Blank, and Wessinger. The lineup for the Long Island Ducks. For the Blue Crabs, wearing the blue tops tonight, baby blue fronts, navy blue backs, white pants, baby blue caps, navy blue brims, positioned in the third base side dugout, managed by Jeremy Owens, looking to break a 6-game losing streak tonight, 26-46 overall, the worst record in the Atlantic League, 20 games under 500, and 0-3 here in second half play. Eric Garcia, the shortstop, leading things off. Bryant Nelson, third baseman, is batting second. Darby Myers is batting third. He's the center fielder. Michael Snyder back in the starting lineup after missing a couple of weeks with a hamstring injury. He's the DH batting fourth. Jamar Walton bats fifth, the all-star left fielder. Zach Wilson, first baseman, batting sixth. Angel Sanchez, the second baseman, bats seventh. Connor David catching, batting eighth. Rede Rodriguez bats ninth, and he is playing right field. Garcia, Nelson, Myers, Snyder, Walton, Wilson, Sanchez, David, Rodriguez, the lineup for the Blue Crabs. Our umpire tonight, John Grasso, is behind the plate. Chris Engstrand is the first base umpire. Silvio Martinez Jr., the third base umpire. Umpire tonight, black caps, black shirts, and gray pants. We're ready for baseball. Anthony Vega will lead things off, the left fielder, against Tim Sexton, who works from the stretch at all times. Tim ready to work. High set, kicks, delivers. Up high with a fastball, and we're underway. 7:10 first pitch here this evening. Game time temperature 70 degrees. Mix of sun and clouds, 31% humidity. Winds northwest, 3 miles per hour. 1 ball, no strikes, a high set. Now the pitch home. Vega swings and chops it foul of first. And it's 1 ball and 1 strike. Anthony hitting at .281. He's got 3 home runs, 31 RBIs. Former Blue Crab last year. Spent some time with Southern Maryland after Anton DeJesus. At the time, the Blue Crab center fielder went down with an injury. Vega with a wide stance, straight away left side. Now the 1-1 pitch. In for a strike. Good change-up over the inner third from Tim Sexton. And now it's 1 ball and 2 strikes. Tim in his last start against New Britain back on the 2nd of July. 6 1/3, 4 earned runs, 4 strikeouts, 3 walks. Tim coming in having lost 2 straight outings. Now the 1-2 pitch home. Swinging a foul off to the left and out of play. And the count holds at 1 ball and 2 strikes with Felante Lentini waiting to hit next. No score, top of the first inning. Outfielders play straight away. Wind blowing out to right center field here tonight. Nelson well off the line at third. Sexton works from the stretch off the first base edge of the rubber at all times. Kicks, delivers, 1-2. Low and in with a fastball. And it's 2 balls and 2 strikes. Sexton, in his last outing, suffering the loss. An outing before that on the 27th against Sugar Land, also suffering the loss. But he went 9 innings that night. Just no offense provided. He only allowed 2 earned runs on 6 hits, striking out 5. Inside target. Sexton lifts the leg. He fires. Inside, and that got a piece of the front right pant leg around thigh high of Anthony Vega. So Anthony is a leadoff base runner.
Next up, right fielder, number 20.
Now Felante Lentini will hit. No score here in the top of the first inning. Lentini, right-handed batter, hitting at .318. He has 4 home runs and 37 RBIs. Lentini climbing in right side, of course, back on the 12th. First pitch that he saw off Scott Snodgrass, ripped it over the wall in center right here at Regency Furniture Stadium. This guy can hit. Sexton with a high set. Fires. Runner goes. Strike called. Throw to second. On a bounce from David is late with Sanchez, the second baseman there covering. He scooped it. Vega, a good jump off first. His 14th stolen bag of the year. As he slid feet first to the back part, that outfield side of second base. Stuck with the runner in scoring position. Scoreless game, top of the first inning. Lentini coming into tonight's game, 4th in the league with that .318 batting average. Check of the runner. Here's an 0-1. Wave and a miss. A curveball in the outer half. And now it is 0-2. Lentini with 305 at-bats on the year, 1st in the league. 2nd in the league in games played at 72. 1st in the league in runs scored with 52. He also leads the league with 97 hits. Pants rolled up to the knee, showing off the Black Sox tonight. Sexton checks the runner once, now twice. The 0-2 pitch. Swung on, chopped over the mound, slowly hit towards the middle. Gloved in front of second by Garcia, the shortstop. His throw on to first is in time. Lentini is out by about a step, maybe even less. A chest-high throw from Garcia to Wilson. 6-3 on the putout. A productive out at that, though, as Anthony Vega moves up to third base. No score here in the top of the first. Here is Delta Cleary Jr., the switch-hitting center fielder, hitting at .286. He has 12 home runs on the season. Ducks, the first half Liberty Division champions, clinching the division on July 2nd. Here's the pitch. Inside. Switch hitter batting left, lifting up the elbows away from that fastball. And it is 1 ball and no strikes. Their Freedom Division, or rather the Liberty Division title in the first half for the Ducks. Their 5th first-half title in franchise history. 1-0. Bounced foul back to the backstop. And it's 1 ball and 1 strike. Their last first-half victory, first-half title, whatever you want to call it, was back in 2012. They've also earned their 11th postseason berth in 17 seasons of play and their 2nd consecutive playoff appearance. The pitch. Breaking ball upstairs. And it's 2 balls and 1 strike to Delta Cleary Jr., 6'2", 210-pounder from Jonesboro, Arkansas. Here's the pitch home. Swing and a foul sent back to the screen. And the count levels at 2 balls and 2 strikes. The on-deck hitter is Cody Puckett. No score here in the top of the first inning. Anthony Vega hit by the pitch, stole second, moved up to third base on the ground out by Lentini. 13 pitches thrown by Sexton, the 2-2 pitch. Bounced foul, back to the backstop again. And an off-speed pitch, it looked like a changeup from up here. Delta Cleary Jr. was out in front as the count holds. 2 balls and 2 strikes. One out, no score. Cleary Jr. back in there against Sexton. Infielders coming up to the cut of the grass now with 1 out, trying to prevent that run from scoring. Tim with a high set, the 2-2 pitch home. Swung on, chopped on the ground towards short, right under the glove of Garcia. As it sneaks into left, that's a base hit. Vega races home and scores. It's an RBI single for Delta Cleary Jr., his 13th RBI of the year, and the Ducks take an early 1-0 lead. That time Garcia tried for the backhand pick, and it went right underneath his glove. Now, if he was playing his normal shortstop position, he would have made that grab, but he was up on the cut of the grass. It was hit a little bit harder, and he couldn't pick it. 1-0 Ducks. Here's Cody Puckett, right-handed hitter. Now a quick toss over to first, and Cleary Jr. hops back in safely standing. Cody Puckett hitting at .290, 6 home runs. He has 89 RBIs on the season. Here's the set. Now the first offering. Runner goes. A strike call. Throw to second. Quick tag. Out at second base is Delta Cleary Jr. So Delta caught stealing. Silvio Martinez Jr., the third base umpire, with the call. And Kevin Baez with a little bit of an argument here, coming over from the third base side coach's box. Cleary Jr. caught stealing for the 3rd time this year. So he is erased off the base paths. 0-1 is the count to Cody Puckett. My mistake, by the way, correction, I read it wrong. 39 RBIs for Cody Puckett. Right-handed batter. 2 outs, 1-0 Ducks. Here's the pitch. Outside with a slider. And it's 1 ball and 1 strike. Wind picks up a little bit here as it blows out to left center field. There's some overcast skies off to where the sun would usually set on the first base side. 2 outs, 1-0 Ducks. Outside target, here's the pitch home. In for a strike. Good frame job, too, by David. That fastball in the outer half of the plate, 1-2. By the way, for Connor David, that's his first runner thrown out this year between 2 teams, the Bluefish and the Blue Crabs. Left to right in the outfield, Walton Myers Rodriguez, Nelson Garcia left side of the infield, Sanchez Wilson right side of the infield, David behind the plate, the 1-2 pitch. In the dirt with a slider, and that kicks away up the first base line from Connor David. 2 balls and 2 strikes with 2 outs, 1-0 Ducks. On that RBI single by Delta Cleary Jr., he was caught stealing. Anthony Vega started the rally. He was hit by the pitch. He stole second base, moved up to third on a ground out by Lentini, and of course later scored. 2-2 to Cody Puckett with 2 outs, nobody on. Sexton coming set. Takes a breath, now the 2-2 pitch. Swing and a ball served in the air, foul. Right side out of play. So the count holds at 2 balls and 2 strikes to Cody Puckett, the 5'10", 195-pounder. He's from Apple Valley, California. Spent the entire year last year with Long Island, hit .275 in 135 games played. 2-2 pitch home. Strike 3 called over the outside corner with a fastball, and Sexton with his first strikeout. No runs, a hit batter, and nobody left on base. Blue Crabs coming to bat. Bottom of the first inning. The Ducks with a 1-0 lead. This is the Legal ID Shield, Southern Maryland Blue Crabs Baseball Network. Blue Crabs fans, come out to the ballpark August 2nd against Lancaster. It's Hearing Professionals, Silver Sluggers, night number 7. Free Popcorn Tuesdays, presented by RC Theaters Lexington Exchange for the first 500 fans. On August 3rd, 11:05 special start time, it's Camp and Recreation Day. And on August 4th against the Barnstormers, it's National Night Out Celebration and Foster's Grill, Wings, and Beer Night. For more information, log on to SOMDBlueCrabs.com or call 301-638-9788. Blue Crabs are coming to bat, down 1-0 to Long Island, bottom half of the first inning. Defensively for the Ducks, from left to right in the outfield, Vega, Cleary Jr., and Lentini. Wessinger, Lyons on the left side of the infield. Puckett, Minicozy on the right side of the infield. Dowd behind the plate. On the mound, the right-handed pitcher, Kevin Vance, making his first start here in 2016. 2-1, 6.05 ERA. His 21st game, 19 1/3 innings pitched, 13 earned runs, 9 walks, and 20 strikeouts. Opponents are hitting .293 off of the right-hander. Eric Garcia will lead things off, hitting at .233. 1 home run, 18 RBIs for the left-handed hitting shortstop. Blue Crabs looking to break a 6-game losing streak here tonight, getting swept most recently by the Patriots. This Game 4 of a 7-game homestand. Righty on lefty matchup. Vance off the third base edge into his motion. Here's the pitch. In for a strike with a fastball over the outside corner, and it's 0-1. Vance in his first season with Long Island, he actually was originally signed by the Ducks in 2015, but he had his contract purchased by the Diamondbacks before the season. 0-1 pitch. Swinging a looper along the left field line, shallow. It's slicing away from the shortstop. Lyons going back. And it bounces onto the track into the Blue Crabs bullpen up against the sidewall. Vega coming in from left. Wessinger over from third base, but the guy who had the best chance at that one was Dan Lyons. 0-1 is the count to Eric Garcia, with Bryant Nelson scheduled to hit next. Garcia has batted all over the place this year. He's been in the number 9 spot, the 7th spot, the 6th spot, and here tonight he's in the leadoff spot for Jeremy Owens. 0-2 pitch. Outside with a breaking ball. And it's 1 ball and 2 strikes. So we've seen a fastball and a curveball from Kevin Vance. No changeup as of yet. I've heard he has one. I read up on him. 1-2 pitch. There's a curveball, and that misses upstairs. 2 balls and 2 strikes. From people I've talked to, they've told me he has a changeup, and from what I've also looked up, I've been told that, from what I've read, that he has an off-speed pitch resembling that of a changeup as well. Now the kick, the 2-2 home. Fastball fouled back over the screen, out of play, as Garcia stays alive at 2 balls and 2 strikes. So the Blue Crabs smack dab in the middle of a 7-game homestand. Their 73rd game of the year. Worst record in the Atlantic League overall. At 26-46. 0-3 here in second half play. 2-2 pitch. Garcia swings and ropes one on a line into left center field. That peels away from Cleary Jr., bounces on the grass, rolls into the alleyway to the base of the wall. Garcia digs for second. He's in there safely standing with a leadoff double. Garcia with double number 9 on the year. Tying run in scoring position. Blue Crabs down 1-0 here in the last of the first. And Bryant Nelson will come to the plate, the third baseman, hitting at .267 with a home run and 24 RBIs. Nelson, a switch hitter, he'll bat from the left side. Closing in on another milestone in his Atlantic League career. Remember back on the second, he reached 1,000 hits for his Atlantic League career. Here's the pitch, he squares. Drops down the bunt left side, Vance off the mound onto the grass, sets the feet, sidearms to first. And Nelson is out. Bryant coming into tonight's game with 1,024 hits, the third most in Atlantic League history. Currently is 8 hits away from overtaking Ray Navarrete and 29 hits away from Jeff Nettles for most hits all time. So he's close to reaching that second spot in Atlantic League history in terms of hits. And a good sacrifice bunt, by the way, right there, moving Garcia up to third. 42-year-old, the veteran, doing his job. Tying run, 90 feet away, 1-0. Ducks out in front. Darby Myers, the hitter. The pitch. Breaking ball, roped on the ground, foul. Outside of third, right past Jeremy Owens, the third base coach and the manager for this Blue Crabs team in his first season. Brian Grenning, a starting pitcher who we will see tomorrow. He is in the first base side coach's box. Joe Walsh is usually the first base coach for the Blue Crabs. He was unable to make it to the game tonight. 0-1 pitch. Myers takes high and tight towards his hands, a breaking ball. And it's 1 ball and 1 strike. Darby hitting at .274, 4 home runs, 29 RBIs. Coming into the game, having hit safely in 18 of his last 20 games. A .472 average, 3 home runs, 17 RBIs. The pitch. Swing and a foul. Back over the screen, out of play. And just off to our right. 1 ball and 2 strikes, 1-0 Ducks. Bottom half of the first inning. Southern Maryland this year hitting .267 with runners in scoring position. Garcia with that leadoff double. He advanced to third on that sac bunt by Nelson. 90 feet away with 1 out. Outside target. 1-2 pitch home. In tight with the breaking ball to Myers as the count levels to 2-2. Darby at .274, 4 home runs, 29 RBIs. He homered in the bottom of the first of last night's game. In fact, he was 2 for 3 last night with 3 RBIs. Got the Blue Crabs scoring start in the bottom of the first and tied the game with a 2-run single later in the game. 2-2 pitch. Swinging a ground ball sharply at the third. A backhand sliding pick by Wessinger. Pops to his feet, throws across to first. Myers out by a step as Garcia holds right there at third. That was a run-saving play by Matt Wessinger. Sliding to his right, backhand pick, and Myers is out. He nearly had himself his 30th RBI of the year. A very, very good play. Down there at the hot corner, Matt Wessinger with that sliding grab. We've seen Matt this year also play shortstop as well. He's a good fielder. Here is Jamar Walton, and the first offering misses inside, and it is 1 ball and no strikes. Walton hitting at .273, 8 home runs, 31 RBIs. 2 outs, 1-0 Ducks. Here's the set, now the pitch home. Swung on, tapped foul, first base side. 1-1 is the count to Jamar Walton, an all-star last year and an all-star this year as well. So Jamar now a 2-time all-star here in the Atlantic League. Hit .313 in the month of June. Here's the kick and the pitch. Swing and a ball served on the ground, foul outside of third. And now it's 1 ball and 2 strikes. There was that changeup right there from Kevin Vance, the 6-foot, 210-pound right-handed pitcher, the 25-year-old. Towing the third base edge of the rubber. Outfielders shade a smidge towards right center field. Here's the kick, the 1-2. Swing and a foul sent back to the screen. The count holds at 1 ball and 2 strikes. Good at-bat here by Jamar Walton. Michael Snyder is waiting to hit next. Kevin Vance is a strike thrower. As I mentioned with Kevin at the bullpen this year, 20 strikeouts and 9 walks. Here's the kick, the pitch. Swing and a miss at a breaking ball. And down goes Jamar Walton. Blue Crabs leave the tying run at third base. No runs, a leadoff double that does not amount to anything, and 1 man left at third. At the end of 1 inning of play, it is Long Island 1 and Southern Maryland nothing. This is the Legal ID Shield, Southern Maryland Blue Crabs Baseball Network.
Hey Blue Crabs fans, join us at Regency Furniture Stadium on August 5th as your Southern Maryland Blue Crabs take on the York Revolution. It'll be Salute the Troop Night presented by Chick-fil-A of Charles County and the St. Charles Companies, as well as Craft Fair Night, Beach Party Night, and a firework extravaganza presented by PNC. The very next night on August 6th, the Southern Maryland Blue Crabs continue to take on the York Revolution for Southern Maryland Library Night presented by Southern Maryland Regional Library Association. It'll also be Urgent Care Night and a jersey auction presented by the University of Maryland Charles Regional Medical Center. For more information, log online to www.somdbluecrabs.com or call 301-638-9788.
Second inning of work for Tim Sexton. Moving along to the top half of the second inning. It is 1-0. The Ducks are out in front here tonight at Regency Furniture Stadium. Long Island, Southern Maryland, meeting for the first game of a 4-game series. Ducks with the 8-2 advantage over the Blue Crabs this year. Dan Lyons will start things, right-handed batter. Lyons, the shortstop, hitting at .328, 5 home runs, 28 RBIs. Here's the kick and the pitch. In for a strike, a fastball over the inner third, and it's 0-1. It'll be Lyons, Minicozy, and Dowd. Outfielders playing deep all the way around. Rodriguez shaded towards right center field, the 0-1. Low and away with a curveball. And it's 1 ball and 1 strike. Sexton with a changeup, fastball, curveball, slider. 4-pitch repertoire for him. Some overcast skies beyond the trees. Beyond that ballpark wall in the outfield. Flag whipping around on the flagpole beyond the outfield wall in right center. Here's the pitch. Swinging a line drive, pulled down the left field side, foul, and into the seats. 1 ball and 2 strikes is the count to Dan Lyons. 5'10", 185-pounder from Rochester, Minnesota. Same birthday as yours truly, August 21st, I am 1989. He is 1984. He's a couple of years older than me. A few years. 4 years. Here's the pitch. Swing and a fly ball along the right field line. Slicing. Foul. The first base umpire, Chris Engstrand, kind of flinched a little bit towards fair territory with his left arm. And that's when I said fair. And then he quickly corrected himself and said foul. And from our angle, it is tough to see from our vantage point down that right field line if it actually is fair or foul. Every time the ball is hit in that area, we always, down the line, always depend on that first base umpire. Anyway, 1 ball and 2 strikes is the count. Nobody on. No outs, 1-0 Ducks. Here's the pitch. In the dirt. And there's that slider missing as the count levels to 2 balls and 2 strikes to Dan Lyons. Dan last year spent the entire season with Long Island Posted career highs in average at 301, hits, home runs, RBIs, slugging percentage, and OPS. 2-2. Here's the kick and the pitch. Swung on, chopped over the mound towards short, charging Garcia. Bare hands on the cut of the grass. Off balance, throw to first. Late. Lions safe with the infield single. He hustles out of that right-handed batter's box and earns himself an infield single, second into the game for the Ducks. Now Mark Minicozy will hit, the first baseman. Mark climbs in right side. 2 for 7 in 2 games played here with the Ducks. Made his debut during the doubleheader yesterday. The pitch. Fastball strike in there at the knees. And it's 0-1. Launched his first home run as a Duck. A 2-run blast in the first inning of Game 2 in that doubleheader yesterday. He also collected his first multi-hit and multi-RBI game in Game 2. The pitch, a strike, a changeup clipping the inside corner. 0-2 is the count. 1-0 Long Island with the lead, top half of the second inning. Minicozy originally signed with the Ducks on April 8th, but his contract was purchased by Laguna of the Mexican League 3 days later. Quick toss over to first. Lions hops back in safely standing. Dan with 1 stolen base in 1 attempt this year. On deck hitter Mike Dowd taking his practice cuts on the first base side. 0-2. 1-0 Ducks. Here's the pitch. Swung on, grounded off of Sexton's glove out to second. Sanchez scoops, flips to second. Throw to first by Garcia. A double play. Wasn't pretty after the deflection. It kind of caught Sanchez off guard, who was moving to his right. He had to put on the brakes and make that grab just outside of his left foot. But when he picked it up, flipped it to Garcia covering second, who then completed the double play. 4-6-3 double play. And Mike Dowd will come to the plate with 2 outs. Nobody on, 1-0 Ducks. Dowd hits from the right side. The catcher hitting at 305, 24 RBIs. Looking to keep this inning alive. Here's the pitch home. Breaking ball, low and away. 1 ball and no strikes is the count to Mike Dowd, who last year began the season in the Mariners organization. In his 6th professional season overall, 1-0. Outside with a fastball. Fastball around 88 miles per hour for Tim Sexton. On the out-of-town scoreboard in the Atlantic League, Bluefish B scoreless, bottom of the second at New Britain Stadium. 4-0 Barnstormers the lead, bottom second at TD Bank Ballpark over the Patriots. The pitch, low and away. Revolution and the Skeeters ready to get underway at Constellation Field in about 25 minutes. 3-0 here to Mike Dowd with Mike Blank waiting on deck. Here's the pitch. Up high, 4-pitch walk. Dowd a 2-out base runner. Now it'll be Mike Blank. Yesterday, the Ducks splitting a single admission doubleheader with the Barnstormers. Falling 3-2 in Game 1, winning Game 2 7-2. Mike Blank, the hitter, the DH, 233 average. Blank with 5 home runs, 26 RBIs. Here's the pitch. There's a strike over the outside corner. Sexton has not really been able to get into any sort of rhythm here. He has thrown 22 strikes and 13 balls, 35 pitches in total. Here's the pitch. In the dirt, smothered by David. And it's 1 ball and 1 strike. On deck is Matt Wessinger, the number 9 hitter. Ducks with a 1-0 lead on that RBI single by Delta Cleary Jr. in the first. The pitch. Swinging a hot shot deep short out of the range of Eric Garcia and into left for a base hit. Stopping at second base is Dowd. 3 hits now for the Ducks, 2 in the inning. Boy, Sexton should really count his blessings because he induced that 4-6-3 double play. If not for that, the Ducks would probably be up by more here. Matt Wessinger to hit, 211 batting average. Matt with 1 home run, 17 driven in. Here's the set with 2 outs. 1-0 Ducks. The pitch. A little bit high. A fastball missing. 1 ball and no strikes. One thing that I find interesting with Long Island, a pretty good hitting team. Checking into the game, a .279 batting average as a club. They're hitting just .215 with runners in scoring position, and .221 with runners in scoring position and 2 outs. Here's a fastball that runs off the outside corner on the next offering. And it's 2 balls and no strikes. You would think for a team that has the best record in the Atlantic League at 41-31 that they would hit better with runners in scoring position. Not the case, though. The kick and the pitch. Swung on, chopped towards third. It's fair. Gloved on the backhand, straddling the line by Nelson. And he takes himself to the third base bag for the force. So Sexton out of the jam after giving up 2 hits and walking a guy. And of course, that 4-6-3 double play induced off the bat of Mark Minicozzi. No runs, 2 hits, and 1 man left at the end of an inning and a half. It is Long Island 1 and Southern Maryland nothing. This is the Legal ID Shield, Southern Maryland Blue Crabs Baseball Network.
ID Shield is the best way to protect your identity. If you become a victim of identity theft, ID Shield spends up to $5 million to do everything that it can to restore your identity. ID Shield is dedicated to your safety. Their identity specialists are focused on protecting you. They provide you with the services that walk you through all the steps to protect yourself. ID Shield monitors all of your personal information from social security numbers, credit cards, and bank accounts. ID Shield monitors everything from your passport, email, phone numbers, driver's license information, and much more. ID Shield is the only company that is partnered with Kroll, the worldwide leader in theft investigative services. ID Shield partner with Kroll protects the identities of more than 1 million people in 50 states and 4 Canadian provinces. For more information, call 571-337-3588 or log on to www.legalshieldassociate.com/BowareMJ.
This is Jeremy Owens, manager of the Blue Crabs. Thanks for listening to Blue Crab Baseball. Now back to the game.
Bottom half of the second inning here at Regency Furniture Stadium, Long Island 1, Southern Maryland nothing. Michael Snyder will lead things off against Kevin Vance, who allowed a double to Eric Garcia, who was later left at third base. By the way, the highlight, I think, of that inning was that fine play by Matt Wessinger, the third baseman, a sliding backhand grab, robbing Darby Myers of an RBI and possible extra bases. Michael Snyder hitting at .273. Michael with 12 home runs, good for second in the league, and 25 RBIs. He missed about 2 weeks with a hamstring injury. He was just reactivated yesterday. Here's the pitch. Breaking ball inside. And that's ball 1 to the big right-handed hitting Michael Snyder, 6'4", 240-pounder. He's from Tacoma, Washington. Here's the windup and the pitch. Inside, a breaking ball left a little bit up, maybe inside. And it's 2 balls and no strikes. And having Snyder back, he's one of the guys that I talked about that could be the guy that provides pop in this order for Southern Maryland. Turns this thing around offensively here in the second half. The windup, the 2-0. Low and away with a fastball from the right-hander Kevin Vance. Now it's 3-0 with Zach Wilson waiting to hit next. Wilson will then be followed by Angel Sanchez, who is in the hole. 72 degrees, wind blowing out to left center. 3-0 pitch. A little bit low. That's ball 4. Good eye by Snyder. Last night it was interesting. Michael came off the bench in the bottom of the ninth. He was in the on-deck circle ready to hit, but then he was called back to the bench by Jeremy Owens, the manager, and John DeZamba was sent up to the plate. He tried to drop down a bunt, DeZamba did. Flores, the runner in scoring position, was actually picked off, so then DeZamba did not have to bunt. He later struck out. And Blue Crabs, of course, as the story goes, losing last night 5-4. Down 1-0 here, bottom of the second tonight. But that was just an interesting move, kind of a head-scratcher. Wilson, the batter, the pitch. Zach takes high with a fastball. The first baseman, Zach Wilson, hitting at .251. 8 home runs, 32 RBIs. Blue Crabs with 2 base runners here in the game. Snyder is lead off first. The pitch. And there's a strike with a fastball in there at the knees. 1 ball and 1 strike is the count. 1-0 Ducks. We are in the bottom half of the second inning. Vance off the third base edge. Kicks, delivers. A little bit outside. John Grasso, the home plate umpire tonight. I can already tell just by his zone. Kevin Baez wants some confirmation in the first base side dugout where that pitch was. I can just tell by his zone there, though, he is a hitter's umpire, meaning that borderline calls will go to hitters. The 2-1. There's a strike with a slider in there at the knees. Good pitch. Right there on the outer half, a pitch that Zach has struggled with this year. Slider on that outer half of the plate. 2-2. 1 on, nobody out. 1-0 Ducks. They run back in the top of the first. Bottom second. 2-2 pitch. Swing and a pop foul off to the right. And that peels out of play as Minicozy, the first baseman, gives it a look. The count levels at 2-2. Blue Crabs with just 1 hit here in the game. On the out-of-town scoreboard, bottom of the second inning, Toronto, a 2-1 lead over Detroit. Yankees and the Indians in Cleveland, scoreless bottom of the third. Nationals 1-0 lead over the Mets, bottom of the second. Atlanta and Chicago, Braves and the Cubs, 8:05 start. Here's the 2-2. Swinging a fly ball, lifted in the air, straightaway center and deep, but playable for Cleary Jr. going back. He shuffles the feet 2 steps to his left and makes a one-hand catch 10 feet in front of the warning track. Wilson out. Here's Angel Sanchez. Snyder back to first. A 1-out base runner. Blue Crabs down 1-0. Sanchez hitting at .230, 2 home runs, and 8 RBIs. Southern Maryland as a team this year hitting at .256. That is the second lowest batting average in the league. The pitch home. And there's a strike over the inside corner, a fastball popping into the mitt of Mike Dowd. In fact, the Blue Crabs are in the bottom 3 in runs, hits, RBIs, and total bases, where at this point last year, they were actually in the top 3. Snyder the lead off first, 2 steps held on by Minicozy. Not running, 0-1. Slider, strike, clipping the outside corner. Good pitch from Kevin Vance, getting the spot start here tonight. First start of the season, 21st appearance. 0-2 is the count to Angel Sanchez, who homered a couple of nights ago. Connor David is on deck. They kick in the pitch. Inside with a breaking ball, 12-6 curveball. Vance upset with himself. Snaps his glove at that throw. Back from Mike McDowd. 1-2 with 1 out. Here's the set. Now the pitch to the plate. Swing and a line drive down the right field line, slicing foul. Onto the track and rolling towards the corner. Sanchez nearly had himself at least a double. He's got pretty good speed, so maybe a triple, but that one landing on the warning track about 5 feet or so outside that white chalk. Elsewhere on the Major League Baseball out-of-town scoreboard, Twins and the Rangers, an 8:05 start. 8:10 start for the Athletics and the Astros. 8:15 start, Mariners and the Royals. 8:40 start, Phillies and the Rockies. 1-2 pitch. In the dirt, smothered by Dowd. Snyder holds at first base. Snyder, I can tell you this much, is not going to really test that hamstring by trying to steal. And by the way, he has not attempted any stolen bases this year when he's been healthy. Here's the set. 2-2 pitch home. Swinging a ground ball to short. Lyon scoops, shovels to second one. Puckett's turn. On to first, and easy. 6-4-3 double play. Taylor made 6-4-3 double play. Blue Crabs are down here in the bottom of the second. No runs, no hits, a walk, and nobody left. At the end of 2 innings of play, it is Long Island 1 and Southern Maryland nothing. This is the Legal ID Shield Southern Maryland Blue Crabs Baseball Network.
Legal issues can mean trouble for anyone, no matter how much money you have. Legal Shield can help with a range of legal services. Legal Shield believes in educating and serving their members to improve their lives. Legal Shield partners with providing law firms across the United States and 4 provinces in Canada to help you with any issue you can think of. For more information, contact Marcellus and Jeanette Boweir at 571-337-3588 or log on to www.legalshieldassociate.com/Boweir MJ.
This is Cody Eppley, and you're listening to Blue Crabs Baseball on the Blue Crabs Baseball Network.
Former Blue Crab Anthony Vega will lead things off here in the top of the third. 1-0. Ducks out in front of the Blue Crabs. Tim Sexton, third inning of work. Top of the order, Vega, Lentini, Cleary Jr. The pitch. Vega squares, drops down the bunt, left side in front of the mound. Off onto the grass, Sexton. Bare hands. Throw to first, and it's late. Vega legs it out, coming out of that left-handed batter's box. He was hit by a pitch, stole second base, and later scored on the RBI single by Delta Cleary Jr. back in the first. And he works his way on now with a bunt single, the 4th hit of the night for Long Island. Here is Felante Lentini. Sexton gets another baseball. Sexton, 26 strikes thrown, 16 balls, a pitch total of 42. Lentini grounding out to the shortstop Garcia his first time. Right-handed batter. Quick toss over to first, and Lentini dives back in head first safely. Rather, I should say Vega, who has now 14 stolen bases on the season. Lentini, 37 years of age. A guy who has really been all over the place in professional baseball. The pitch. Swung on, chopped towards short, slowly hit, charging Garcia. Gloves at belt high, zips to first. Lentini out by about a step and a half, and into second base goes Vega into scoring position.
Next up, number 5, Delta Cleary.
Now 1 out, and a runner in scoring position for Delta Cleary Jr. Ducks with a 1-0 lead. Delta switch hitter batting from the left side. He poked a single through that left side of the infield his first time. Vega with very good speed at second base. Here's the pitch. Swinging a foul off to the left and out of play. He should be able to score with a hit to the outfield, even with the strong arms of Walton in left and Darby Myers in center. Rene Rodriguez with a decent arm in right, but he's about 25 steps or so from the warning track. Delta Cleary Jr. with RBI number 13 in his 2016 campaign back in that top of the first. 1-0 Ducks, top 3, the pitch. Swing and a line drive, shot through the hole on the right side. That's a base hit. Vega touches third, he's being waved home. The throw to the plate by Rodriguez is late and up the first base line. David cuts it off, and diving headfirst safely, Delta Cleary Jr. into second. Nearly went over the bag. David threw down to second, but Delta back to the outfield side of second. It is an RBI, the second of the night for Delta, and his 14th of the year. Ducks with a 2-0 lead here in the top of the third. He advanced to second base on that throw, so as of now, unless anything changes, we will give him a single. That's the 5th hit of the night for the Ducks. Vega now with 2 runs scored. Here is Cody Puckett. Right-handed batter. Struck out looking his first time. And as I said, Tim Sexton here tonight really has not been able to get into any sort of rhythm out there on the mound. Here's the pitch. Swinging a foul out of play right side. And it's 0-1. Sexton making his 9th start of the year. His fourth start this year against Long Island. His longest outing of the year, he actually suffered the loss that night. 9 innings against Sugar Land back on the 27th of June. The pitch in the dirt. Blocked nicely by David, using the chest protector to keep it in front, and holding Delta Cleary Jr. at second base. 1 ball, 1 strike is the count. Sexton has thrown at least 7 innings in 3 of his last 5 starts. I've noticed with Tim, once he gets into a rhythm, he's a tough guy to figure out on the mound. 6'6", 185-pounder, 29 years of age. The pitch, low and away. Backhand pick by David. 2 balls, 1 strike is the count. Ducks with a 2-0 lead. Delta Cleary Jr. responsible for both RBIs here today. Dan Lyons is on deck. Puckett with that long hair down to the shoulders. Inside target from David. Check of the runner at second base. The pitch. Swinging a line drive into right. Rodriguez started in. Now shuffles back. Makes the catch in medium depth right. And Cleary Jr. jogs back towards second. 2 outs for Dan Lyons, who singled back in the second inning. Fans, join us at the ballpark on July 23rd, right after the All-Star break, as the Blue Crabs take on the Long Island Ducks. It's Paint the Park Pink Night, presented by the University of Maryland Charles Regional Medical Center, along with a fireworks extravaganza presented by Sonic. For tickets and information, log on to somdbluecrabs.com or call 301-638-9788. Now Dan Lyons will hit. Singled back in the second. Cleary Jr. the lead off of second. 2-0 Ducks. The pitch home. Cleary breaks for third. Sexton steps off. Throws to third. And he's caught in a rundown. Nelson pumps. Now flips to second. Sanchez catches. Chases Cleary Jr. back. Tosses to Nelson again. Nelson tosses to Garcia, who tags out Delta Cleary Jr. 3/4 of the way back to second base. Let's do this together. I always like doing this. Let's do it together. That'll go down as a 1-5-4-5-6. Put out. Pick off, whichever you prefer. Blue Crabs are out of it here in the top of the third as Cleary Jr. erased off the base paths. We head to the bottom of the third inning. It is Long Island 2 and Southern Maryland nothing. This is the Legal ID Shield, Southern Maryland Blue Crabs Baseball Network.
Hey, Blue Crabs fans, join us at the ballpark on August 7th as your Southern Maryland Blue Crabs take on the York Revolution. It's Chick-fil-A Backfin Buddies Day number 7, Babies in Baseball, as well as pregame autograph sessions, kids play in Pinch's Playground for free, and postgame kids run the bases. After about a week off, the Blue Crabs come back to town on August 15th against the Bridgeport Bluefish for Bark in the Park presented by Perfect Pet Resort, as well as Dollar Hot Dog Night. And then on August 16th, it's Hearing Professional Silver Sluggers Day number 8, Shirt Off Your Back Clothing Drive, Thankful Tuesday, as well as free popcorn presented by RST Theaters Lexington Exchange for the first 500 fans. For more information, call 301-638-9788 or visit www.somdbluecrabs.com.
Bottom half of the third inning here at Regency Furniture Stadium. Ducks with a 2-0 lead over the Blue Crabs. It'll be Connor David, Rede Rodriguez, and Eric Garcia due up. Blue Crabs looking to break a 6-game losing streak here tonight. Recently getting swept by the Patriots in this homestand. 0-3 here in second half play. Here's the windup in the pitch. And Vance pours in a fastball high. 1 ball and no strikes to Connor David. Connor in 4 games, 2 for 11. He is catching here tonight. The 1-0 pitch from Vance. Swinging a foul out of play left side. Vance, 6 foot, 208-pounder. He was born in San Diego, California. He's from Brighton, Massachusetts. Last year in the Diamondbacks organization. Pitched at 3 levels, making it to AAA. 1-1. High and away with a fastball. And it's 2 balls and 1 strike. Pitched in 34 games with Visalia in the California League, high A level. Strike called on the next offering in there at the knees. Fastball, good movement. 2-2 is the count. He went 4-1, a 4.17 ERA, 34 games, all out of the bullpen last year at the high A level for Arizona. Visalia, California. 2-2 pitch. Swing and a ball served softly foul down the left field side and into the Blue Crabs bullpen. As the count holds, 2 balls and 2 strikes. Vance drafted by the White Sox in the 19th round of the 2011 draft. Here's the kick, the 2-2. Swing and a soft liner out towards short. Caught by the shortstop. Lyons moving 2 steps to his left, making that grab on the back edge of the dirt. 1 out, nobody on for Rede Rodriguez. 2-0 Ducks here in the bottom half of inning number 3. Rodriguez hitting at just under 200, 194. Number 9 hitter. Bats from the right side against Kevin Vance, who's allowed 2 base runners. Here's the pitch. In for a strike with a fastball at the knees. The guy on deck, Eric Garcia, with the only hit tonight for the Blue Crabs, a double. Wind blows out to left center field. Here's the turn, the kick, the 0-1. Swing and a miss. And Rodriguez was behind on that fastball. He got tied up. Fastball in the inner half, and anytime you're behind, you're going to get tied up like that. 0-2, here's the pitch home. In tight towards the hands of Rede. That fastball missing. Up in the zone, 1 ball and 2 strikes. 2-0 Ducks, 1 out, nobody on base. Long Island out hitting the Blue Crabs 5-4 here in the game. Vance winds up, lifts the leg and fires. Breaking ball, a tad high. That didn't miss by much as Mike Dowd, the catcher, tried to frame that pitch. Garcia's on deck. 2-2. Lights on here at the ballpark. Some overcast skies off to our right. 2-2 pitch. Swing and a miss. Rodriguez not even close to that fastball. He was way late. That's the second strikeout of the night for Kevin Vance. Top of the order, here's Eric Garcia. 2 outs, nobody on. A 2-0 Long Island lead. Blue Crabs coming in, having lost 6 straight. Their last win was last weekend in Game 1 of that doubleheader Friday night against New Britain. Garcia with the lone hit tonight for the Blue Crabs, a double in the first. The pitch. Eric swings and lines one hard off the glove of the second baseman Puckett, who recovers on the outfield grass, throws to first. Out at first base is Garcia. That tipped right off the glove of Puckett, ricocheted about 5 feet to the outfield grass. He picked it up with his bare hand, spun around, and tossed an off-balance chest-high throw to Minicosi over at first to retire the side. A couple of good defensive plays through the first quarter of this ball game tonight by Long Island. At the end of 3 innings of play, it is Long Island 2 and Southern Maryland nothing. This is the Legal ID Shield Southern Maryland Blue Crabs Baseball Network.
ID Shield, a division of Legal Shield, continues the mission of providing identity protection to more than 1 million people in 50 states and 4 Canadian provinces. Teamed with Kroll, no other company combines the expertise of the most knowledgeable identity protection specialists in the industry. The team of dedicated individuals does whatever it takes for as long as it takes to keep you and your family safe. For more information, log on to www.legalshieldassociate.com/BowareMJ or contact Marcellus and Jeanette Boware at 571-337-3588.
Top half of inning number 4, Long Island with a 2-0 lead over Southern Maryland in Game 1 of this 4-game series here tonight. Thank you for being with us on the Legal ID Shield, Southern Maryland Blue Crabs Baseball Network. Two teams trending in opposite directions. The Ducks coming in having won 6 of 8. Blue Crabs looking to break a 6-game losing streak tonight. Dan Lyons will start things 5-6-7. Lyons, Minicozy, and Dowd against the right-handed pitcher, Tim Sexton. Ducks out hitting the Blue Crabs 5-1. They've got the 2-0 lead. Runs in the first and the third. Sexton kicks, delivers. In for a strike over the outside corner with a fastball. And it's 0-1. Kevin Vance over on the other side has thrown 45 pitches tonight. He's allowed just 1 hit. Delta Cleary Jr. with both RBIs tonight. 0-1. A little bit high. A slider missing. And it's 1 ball and 1 strike to Dan Lyons, who was drafted by the Nationals in the 14th round of the 07 draft. Sexton with a high set. Now the 1-1 pitch. Swing and a foul sent back into the screen. One ball and 2 strikes. Over on the other side for Sexton, 32 strikes, 19 balls, 51 pitches in total. He still has yet to record a 1-2-3 inning. Tim works from the stretch at all times. Overcast skies off to our right. Wind blows out to left center. 1-2 pitch. Swing and a miss. Struck him out. A fastball in the outer half. For Sexton, that's strikeout number 2. Very good pitch right there on the black of the plate. Tough pitch to hit if you're Dan Lyons, or any right-handed hitter for that matter. Here is Mark Minicozy. Big right-handed hitting first baseman. He grounded into a 4-6-3 double play his first time up. Mark, 6'1", 220 pounds. He is from Wayne, Pennsylvania. A burly guy. The pitch, a little bit low. He's got some pop, though. He homered yesterday in Game 2 of that doubleheader, which, by the way, yesterday was his first couple of games with the Ducks. Comes to Long Island from the Mexican League. 1-0 pitch. A little bit low with a slider. 2-0. 2-0 Ducks, top of the 4th, 1 out. Nobody on base. Lights beam down on the playing field. Skies are lighter and more blue, more baby blue off to our left. More overcast, as I mentioned, off to our right. 2-0 pitch. Fastball. That's in for a strike. Thigh high. Right down the heart of the plate. Minicozy must have been looking for something else as he let it go by. 2-1 as he adjusts the black batting gloves, getting back in there, back of the right-handed batter's box. 2 balls and a strike, 1 out, 2-0, Long Island. Here's the kick and the pitch. A tad low. That didn't really miss it. I mean a tad low. As I mentioned before, John Grasso, tonight's home plate umpire, from what I've seen in the past, and just by his strike zone tonight, he is a hitter's umpire, meaning that the hitters will get the borderline calls. Low and away on the next offering on 3-1, and that's the second walk issued by Tim Sexton here this evening. A 1-out base runner in a 2-0 Long Island lead. Mike Dowd will come to the plate, the catcher. He walked in his first plate appearance back in the 2nd inning. 168th meeting between these two teams all time tonight. The Ducks leading the series 84-83. Blue Crabs do have the 42-33 advantage, though, at Regency Furniture Stadium. This year, the Ducks 8-2 against the Blue Crabs. Here's the pitch. Swing and a foul. Had a play off to our right. And it's 0-1. 2-0 Long Island. Wind has settled down to about 2.5 miles per hour. So again, it blows out toward left center field. It was blowing out earlier in the game to right center field. Here's an 0-1 pitch. Fastball hit in the air, right center field deep. Myers racing back to his left into the alleyway. Darby makes a one-hand basket catch, stepping onto the warning track. Back to first base goes Minicozy. A fine play by the center fielder, Darby Myers, on the warning track, about 3 feet behind the cut of the grass in front of the 379 sign, right there in the alleyway. Myers tracking it down. He is an excellent athlete, a ton of speed. Not an easy play for any outfielder, and he takes great routes to baseballs. That's what really helps him, too. 2 outs now. Minicozy still at first. He walked with 1 out. Mike Blank will hit the DH. He singled his first time. 2-0 Long Island, top of the 4th, looking for more. 2 runs on 5 hits. Neither team tonight, by the way, has committed an error. Sexton with a high set. The pitch. A little bit low with a fastball. One ball, no strikes is the count to Mike Blank, the DH. Sexton kicks, delivers. Foul tipped into the mitt of David. It is 1 ball and 1 strike. Blank signing with Long Island on February 16th of this year. Last year playing in 92 games with the Ducks, hitting .282. High set, the pitch. Check swing, a called strike over the outside edge. And Blank, I think, went too far around. It probably would have been a strike anyway, as it is 1 ball and 2 strikes. Last year, too, Blank playing in a couple of games at the AA level with the Red Sox in the Eastern League, hitting just .167. Here's the set position, the 1-2. Strike 3 called over the outside corner. Fastball and a good frame job by Connor David. 2 strikeouts in the inning for Tim Sexton. He's got 3 in the game. No runs, a 1-out walk, no errors. Fine play by Darby Myers in center. And 1 man left on base. Heading to the bottom of the 4th, it is Long Island 2 and Southern Maryland nothing on the Legal ID Shield Southern Maryland Blue Crabs Baseball Network.
Blue Crabs fans, is your brand, business, or organization looking to increase exposure and gain new and diverse consumers in this Southern Maryland market? Look no further than the Southern Maryland Blue Crabs and Regency Furniture Stadium. Our business partners are afforded unparalleled access to our consumer base of fans from attractive and potentially lucrative demographics with disposable income. Call today at 301-374-1133 for more information or to set up a consultation.
Of land out in the countryside, lay back and smell the sun, warm up the Georgia pie. Feels so good to be taking it easy. Why would I ever leave? 'Cause I know I got some good friends that live down the street. Got a good...
This is Justin Berg. Thanks for listening to Blue Crabs Baseball. Now back to the game.
Frank DiGiulio Jr. is the new pitcher, bottom half of the 4th inning here at Regency Furniture Stadium. Kevin Vance getting the spot start here tonight after yesterday's doubleheader is finished. Bryant Nelson will lead things off, 2-0 Ducks. Vance allowing just 1 hit and 1 base runner while walking 1 and striking out 2. Here's the set from the stretch, the pitch home. Nelson takes high. He dropped down a sac bunt his first time. And it's 1-0 to the switch hitter batting from the left side. Vance in total tonight, 45 pitches thrown. Kind of a pitcher by committee type thing for the Ducks, up 2-0 here in the bottom of the 4th. Here's a high set. Now the kick and the pitch. Up high with a fastball. Nelson ahead in the count, 2-0. Bryant's last night 1 for 3. His 23rd professional season, 42 years of age, the oldest tenured Blue Crab on this roster. 2-0. Low and in, 3-0. And that fastball from Frank DiGiulio Jr. missing. Frank 6'3", 210 pounds. He's from Hudson, Florida. 2-0 on the year, his 22nd appearance. The pitch up high, and that's ball 4. By the way, he is a tough cookie out there on the mound. He has not allowed any earned runs this year. Second walk issued tonight by Long Island pitching. 2-0 Ducks, bottom of the 4th, and Darby Myers will come to the plate. He was robbed of an RBI on a nice sliding backhand grab by Wessinger over at third base, his first time up with Eric Garcia after that leadoff double at third base in the bottom of the 1st. Blue Crabs unable to push that run across. Ducks with a run in the 1st, a run in the 3rd. Delta Cleary Jr. responsible for both of those runs with RBI singles. Myers hits from the right side. Homered last night. Here's the set, now the pitch home. In tight with a breaking ball, and Myers ducks out of the way. A breaking ball that didn't curve. 1 ball and no strikes. So as it goes, it'll be up to the bullpen tonight for Long Island to try to shut down this Blue Crabs offense. 1-0 pitch. A strike with a fastball down the heart of the plate. And Myers let it go by. 1 ball and 1 strike. Last year, DeJulio Jr. spent the entire season with Long Island. He went 3-1, a 2.87 ERA in 40 games. He also finished 15 games. 1-1. Low and away with a fastball. Some control problems, though. He walked Bryant Nelson on 4 straight pitches. And he's down the count here to a hot hitter in Darby Myers. 2 balls and 1 strike, nobody out. 2-0 Ducks, last of the 4th. Off the third base edge, coming with a high set. Here's the pitch home. Swung on, bounced weakly up the third baseline fair, picked up by Wessinger on the grass. Off balance, throw to first high, and that pulls Minicozy off the bag into foul territory, right next to that first base bag. We'll see how they score it. Into second base goes Nelson. Blue Crabs have something cooking here in the bottom of the 4th inning. The tying run is on, down 2-0. It will be a hit for Darby Myers as Jamar Walton will now come to the plate. Just the 2nd hit of the night for Southern Maryland. Tough play for Wessinger either way because, as Kevin Baez has a quick meeting at the mound with Frank DeJulio Jr., Darby Myers, really good speed coming out of that right-handed batter's box. Even with an accurate throw, he might have been safe. It's kind of a bang-bang type play, and if you're the official scorer, you have to remember that. You have to ask yourself, did Wessinger really make that play if it was an accurate throw? That's the big question that any scorekeeper would have to fight with. As is, Myers with a hit. Here's Walton, who struck out swinging his first time. 1st and 2nd. Nobody out. Here's the pitch. Walton swings and foul tips it in and out of the mitt of Mike Dowd. Julio Jr. drafted by the Cubs in the 44th round of the 09 draft. He did not sign, and so then he was drafted again, this time by the Indians in the 45th round of the 2010 draft. He didn't sign again. So, 3rd time's a charm. He was drafted by the Angels in the 38th round of the next year in 2011. Down and in with a fastball in the next offering. He ended up signing finally with the Angels, 3rd time around of getting drafted. Some guys don't even get drafted once. He got drafted 3 times. He's a good pitcher. Good fastball with good life to it. Low 90s. 1-1 pitch. Swing and a miss. Walton chased a high fastball with a little bit of a long swing. 1 ball and 2 strikes is the count. Nelson walked to start this bottom of the 4th. Myers with that infield single. 2-0 our score. Ducks out in front. Bottom of the 4th. Lights on here at the ballpark. Overcast skies off to our right. Lighter skies, though, off to our left. Here's the set position. Check of the runner, the 1-2. Swing and a miss. That was a nasty breaking ball. Down and into Walton towards his back left foot, and he swung right over. In fact, Walton struck out like that last night on a breaking pitch that was kind of the same exact thing, where it broke down and in towards his back left foot. And I remember talking about it last night, about how that pitch for a left-handed hitter is one of the hardest to hit. If it's a fastball down and in, they can get the barrel of the bat on it and pull it out of the park a lot of times. A breaking ball, though, it's not as easy. Here's Michael Snyder. Walked in his first plate appearance in the 2nd, 2-0. Long Island with 1 out. Righty on righty matchup, 1st and 2nd for the Blue Crabs. Here's the pitch. Swung on, grounded foul of third. 0-1 is the count to Michael Snyder, who missed a couple of weeks with that hamstring injury. He was reactivated yesterday. Coming into tonight's ball game, tied for second in the league with Jeremy Barfield of Sugar Land with 12 home runs. Here's a high set. The pitch on the way. Swinging a ground ball, shot through the hole on the left side. That's a base hit. Nelson held it third by Jeremy Owens, third base coach. Vega up with it cleanly, firing it in towards the left side of the infield. Everybody moves up a bag. 2 straight hits for the Blue Crabs, and they've got something going here against Frank DiGiulio Jr. And there's some bullpen activity down the right field line for the Ducks. Here's Zach Wilson with an RBI chance. Bases loaded, 1 out, 2-0 Long Island. Blue Crabs this year hitting .256 with the bases loaded. This is a huge opportunity for a team that, as I've mentioned the last couple of weeks, has really struggled with the bats. Here's the set with 1 out. The pitch on the way. In for a strike over the outside edge. And it's 0-1. 2-0 Long Island. Bottom of the 4th inning. Game 1 of this 4-game series. Blue Crabs looking to break a 6-game losing streak. How do you do that? You come through with the bases loaded in the bottom of the 4th. Down 2-0. 0-1. Tad low with a fastball as Dowd tried to bring it back up. It's 1 ball and 1 strike. If you're Southern Maryland here, your thinking has to be at worst, you get 1 run. At best, you clear the bases. And you put up a crooked number and take the lead. Wilson slightly open stance right side, former Arizona State product. Here's a high set now with an outside target. The 1-1 pitch. Swinging a fly ball, well hit left field, but playable for Vega going back onto the warning track in front of the mini monster, and it's over his head, and it bounces off the mini monster and rolls back towards the infield. 1 run scores. Myers around third. He will score. Sliding in feet first safely. Stopping at second base is Michael Snyder. Zach Wilson with a 2-run single. I thought that was playable for Anthony Vega, but it just kept going and going. It's only 3-10 from home plate down that left field line and hit off the mini monster just above that manual scoreboard. And the Blue Crabs have tied the game at 2. Zach Wilson with RBIs, number 33 and 34. Blue Crabs with 3 hits here in the inning. Frank DiGiulio Jr. giving up his first earned runs of the season. Now the batter is Angel Sanchez, hitting from the right side with 1 out. The pitch on the way. In tight with the fastball. 1 ball and no strikes. The wind is blowing out to left field. And I think with that fly ball right there, I thought Vega was going to step onto the warning track, make the catch, but it just kept going and going and going. He nearly, Zach did, had a home run, a grand slam. 1-0 pitch. Wave and a miss at a slider. By the way, the Blue Crabs do not have any grand slams this year. But as is, it's a 2-run single. Southern Maryland will take it. Game tied at 2. They've got 4 hits now in the game. Bottom of the 4th inning. Julio Jr. with a high set. Checks the runner at second. Here's the pitch. A little bit low. Maybe a tad off the outside corner as well. 2 balls and 1 strike with Connor David waiting to hit next after Sanchez. Game 1 of this 4-game series tonight. Game 2 tomorrow. John Brownell against Brian Grenning for Long Island and Southern Maryland, respectively. Check of the runner, the 2-1. Swinging a ground ball sharply at the third, glove by Wessinger. To second one, the turn by Puckett, on to first, and that's in time. Around the horn, 5-4-3 double play. That'll do it for the Blue Crabs. They leave 1 runner on, but they tie the game on the 2-run single by Zach Wilson. 2 runs, 3 hits, a walk, and 1 man left. At the end of 4 innings of play, it is Long Island 2, Southern Maryland 2. This is the Legal ID Shield, Southern Maryland Blue Crabs Baseball Network. Blue Crabs fans, great seats are still available. Group tickets start as low as $10 per person. We also offer very affordable luxury suites and picnic area packages. For more information, log on to SOMDBlueCrabs.com or call 301-638-9788.
If you can't make it to the park, you can listen to every Blue Crabs home game
On the Blue Crabs Baseball Network.
This is Jeremy Owens, manager of the Blue Crabs. Thanks for listening to Blue Crab Baseball. Now back to the game.
Two our score, top of the fifth inning here at Regency Furniture Stadium, Long Island, Southern Maryland. Game one of this four-game series. Tim Sexton off the first base edge, ready to work. Matt Wessinger starts things, right-handed batter, the pitch. He swings and chops it foul. Back towards the third base side, off the backstop over the on-deck circle. And it's 0-1. Wessinger grounding to a fielder's choice back in the second inning. Ducks out hitting the Crabs tonight 5-4. Tim Sexton with 3 strikeouts here in the game. The pitch. Outside, a fastball pops into the mitt of Connor David. Connor tried to frame it, but he was unsuccessful with that. 1-1. Here's the pitch home. Swing and a miss. Wessinger missing that pitch on the outer half. Now it's 1 ball and 2 strikes. Bullpen quiet for Southern Maryland down the left field line. Here's the pitch home. Outside, a fastball runs off the corner, and it's 2-2. Sexton has thrown 41 strikes tonight, 25 balls, and in total, 66 pitches. Wessinger from Liverpool, New York. 2-2 pitch. Swing and a looper out to shallow center. Myers jogs in with an easy play. Darby puts the squeeze on it with one hand. 1 gone for Anthony Vega. Nearly 10 million Americans have their identity stolen each year. ID Shield prevents you from becoming just another statistic. For more information, contact Marcellus and Jeanette Boulware at 571-337-3588 or log on to LegalShieldAssociate.com/BoulwareMJ. Here's Anthony Vega, who is 1 for 1 here tonight with a single in the third. He was hit by a pitch, stole second, scored in the first. He also scored in the third. He swings and grounds one, a broken bat roller to second. Sanchez shuffles to his left, an easy play. He scoops and throws out Vega at first. Quickly, 2 up and 2 down here in the Ducks' top half of the fifth inning. 2-2 is our score. And Phelant Lentini will come to the plate. He's grounded out a pair to Eric Garcia. I really wonder how dangerous this Ducks team could really be. They're the best team right now at 41-31 in the Atlantic League. But remember, this is a team that, while they clinched the Liberty Division in the first half, they are without Lou Ford, who is on the disabled list, and Sean Burrows, the Atlantic League 2015 batting champion, who's also on the disabled list. When those two guys get back, this is a dangerous lineup. Here's the pitch to Lentini. Phelan squares, pulls back, and takes low and away. 1 ball and no strikes. Game tied at 2, top of the fifth. I think it's one of the best lineups in all of the Atlantic League. No doubt about it. They're without, I think, 2 of the best hitters in the Atlantic League. 1-0 pitch. Swing and a pop foul off to the right and out of play. Lentini, a right-handed hitter. Delta Cleary Jr. waiting to hit next. Phelan, 6 foot, 195 pounds. He's from Sonoma, California. Climbs back in there, right-handed batter's box. Nelson even with the bag at third. Sexton with a high set, kicks, delivers. Swing and a high fly ball hooked in the air up the left field side, peeling foul and well out of play. Straighten that one up, and Lentini has himself his 5th homer of the year. It's a foul ball, 1 ball and 2 strikes, 2 outs, 2-2 our score. Top half of inning number 5. Sexton coming set, bringing the hands together, shoulder high. Rocks, kicks, fires. A little bit outside. That didn't miss by much. The veteran Lentini got the better of that call right there. 2-2. Sexton with 3 strikeouts. He's issued 2 walks in the game as well, having allowed 5 hits. By the way, he's yet to record a 1-2-3 inning. 2-2 pitch. Low and away, full count, as that fastball darts out of the zone. 3 balls and 2 strikes with 2 outs, nobody on. Long Island, Southern Maryland tied at 2. The outfielders play straight away, with Walton deep in left, about 10 steps from the warning track. Myers 20 steps from the warning track in center. He inches in a couple. Here's the 3-2 pitch. Swing and a fly ball along the right field line, shallow. Wilson back from first. Rodriguez over to his left, in from right, and it bounces just foul outside the chalk, about 2 feet or so. Not by much. Rodriguez had no shot at getting that baseball. Wilson really had no shot going back from first either. So if that were to land fair, that is a bloop hit at its finest for Phelan Lentini. Three balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Lentini last year in 48 games with Long Island, hitting .291. Drove in 21 runs. He started last year with Sonoma of the Pacific Association. 3-2. Low and away, that's ball 4. So Sexton still has yet to record a 1-2-3 inning. He's walked 3 guys while also striking out 3. 2 out base runner, game tied at 2, top of the 5th inning. Sexton in total, 76 pitches thrown. As Delta Cleary Jr. will come to the plate, switch hitter batting left. He's 2 for 2 with a pair of singles and RBIs. Responsible for the Long Island runs here tonight. The pitch, runner goes and stops as a called strike. A fastball over the outside corner. Lentini started, then stopped. Not feel as though he got a good jump over there at first base. 0-1. Sexton check on the runner, and Lentini hops back in, safely standing. Phelan with 22 stolen bases in 23 attempts this year. Lentini in the top 10 in the Atlantic League in the stolen bases category. Runner goes. The pitch is swung on, lifted in the air, shallow left. Coming in on it is Walton. Nelson back from third. Nelson reaches out. He can't make the play. Nobody covering third, so Lentini will take the bag easily. Walton jogs it back into the infield, and they're at the corners. Delta Cleary Jr. with a bloop single, and he has 3 hits here in the game. He's 3 for 3 now with Delta Cleary Jr. That chopper back in the first inning was through the left side of the infield, with the infielders up on the cut of the grass trying to stop that run from scoring. If Garcia, back in the first inning, was back in his normal position, he would have made that play. He ripped the single pretty hard on a line to right field in the third, and he bloops one over the head of Nelson into shallow left. A 2-out hit, 6 hits in the game for the Ducks, looking to retake the lead. 2-2 our score. Here's the pitch. In for a strike to the right-hander hitting Cody Puckett. A fastball in the outer half. It's 0-1 to Cody, who is 0 for 2 here in the game. Blue Crabs coming into the game having lost 6 straight. Meanwhile, the Ducks coming in having won 6 of 8. There's the pitch. A strike called, clipping the outside corner. Good fastball. Very good velocity to it tonight. Right around 88 to 89 miles per hour. 0-2. Sexton up to the 80 pitch mark. Puckett takes his time getting back into the right-handed batter's box. As Sexton sets. Runner breaks for second. The pitch is swung on, looped into shallow center. Myers sprinting in, slows to a jog, and makes a 2-hand chest-high catch in stride. Ducks leaving runners at the corners. No runs, a hit, a walk, and 2 men left. Halfway through, heading to the bottom half of inning number 5. Long Island 2, Southern Maryland 2. This is the Legal ID Shield Southern Maryland Blue Crabs Baseball Network.
Since 2013, over 1 billion records have been compromised right here in our great nation. ID Shield's comprehensive identity protection service monitors for all signs of criminal activity and gives you all the resources you need to keep your identity secure from fraud. For just $9.95 per month, ID Shield provides unlimited consultation, complete monitoring, and a $5 million service guarantee. For more information, contact Marcellus and Jeanette Bower at 571-337-3588 or log on to www.legalshieldassociate.com/BowerMJ.
This is Scott Snodgrass, and you're listening to the Blue Crabs Baseball Network.
Nick Struck is the new pitcher heading to the bottom half of the fifth inning. Long Island 2, Southern Maryland 2. On relief for Frank DiGiulio Jr., who went an inning, giving up 2 earned runs on 3 hits, walking 1, and striking out 1. Game tied at 2. Ducks leaving runners at the corners in the top half of the inning. We're in the bottom of the fifth, and Connor David will start things, the catcher. 8-9-1. David Rodriguez and Garcia. Pitcher by committee, as I've mentioned here tonight. Kevin Vance got the start, his first one of the year. 3 innings, 1 hit, 1 walk, 2 strikeouts, 45 pitches thrown. Remember yesterday the Ducks playing a doubleheader against Lancaster, using a lot of pitchers. First offering. Bounced weakly foul, first base side. 0-1 is the count. Struck 1-2, a 4.91 ERA. 24th appearance, 18 1/3 innings pitched, 10 earned runs, 9 walks, 16 strikeouts, opponents hitting .232. The pitch. Fastball runs off the outside corner. 1 ball and 1 strike to Connor David, who lined out to the shortstop. Dan Lyons, his first time up. The pitch home. Swing and a miss. A high fastball. And it's 1 ball and 2 strikes. Last year, before the season started, Nick Struck was actually on the Blue Crabs spring training roster, but then he was cut, picked up by Long Island. He came back later in the year. He struck out the side out of the bullpen for the Ducks. That had to feel pretty good for him. 1-2 pitch. Swing and a foul. Off to our left and out of play. The count holding it 1 ball and 2 strikes with Rede Rodriguez waiting to hit next. Struck 6 feet, 205 pounds. 1-2 pitch home. Fouled back to the screen. And the count holds at 1 ball and 2 strikes. Struck last pitched on the 30th of June out of the bullpen, 1 inning. He's in his 2nd season with the Ducks. He kicks and fires. Cued on the ground foul, third base side. Struck spent 4 seasons in the Cubs organization, 1 in the Dodgers. He was also an MILB.com organization All-Star in 2011 and again in 2012. He's held opponents scoreless in his last 3 outings. 1-2 pitch. Fouled back to the padded backs. No, he swung and missed. It tipped off the glove of Dowd, who plays the carom, picks it up with the bare hand, and throws to first. I thought that was a foul ball. I thought I heard the tip of the bat. That's why I said fouled back to the backstop, and then it's called a strikeout. Apparently, it didn't make contact. That tipped right off. I guess the foul tip that I thought I heard was a deflection off of the glove of Mike Dowd. It clipped his glove. That was what the sound was. Okay. All right, so David is out. Fourth strikeout tonight for Long Island pitching. Interesting sequence of events right there. Here's Rede Rodriguez, game tied at 2, bottom 5. Righty on righty matchup with 1 out, the pitch. Swung on, chopped to short, 2 hops, gloved by the charging Lions, knee high. Slings to first. Rodriguez is out. Rede's 0 for 2 in the game. Top of the order, here is Eric Garcia. 1 for 2 with a double back in the first. He was stranded at third base.
Next up, number 10, Eric Garcia.
Garcia 2 for 3 in last night's game, and he's 4 for 10 here on the homestand. Garcia climbs in, straightaway stance, left side, game tied at 2, bottom of the 5th. Here's the pitch. Breaking ball, drops outside, 1 ball and no strikes. Yeah, Jeremy Owens, by the way, the manager, came down from the third base side coach's box and wanted a confirmation from John Grasso on that Connor David swing and a miss. I thought it was a foul ball, and so did everybody else on the third base side. Fastball in the next offering low and inside 2-0. So Struck, who wears number 24 on his back, is looking for a 1-2-3 inning. Nick with a good fastball right around 92 miles per hour. Brings the hands together, letter high, the pitch home. Outside just a tad, it's 3-0. Struck coming set. 2 outs, 3-0. Garcia takes all the way. In for a strike in there at the belt. And now it's 3 balls and 1 strike. Game tied at 2, bottom of the 5th. Blue Crabs looking to break a 6-game losing streak. Nobody losing, by the way, down the left field line in the Southern Maryland bullpen. 3-1. Garcia swings, breaks his bat, chops it on the ground to short. Lions charges, scoops and throws. Garcia is out at first base by about 3 steps. 6-3 on the putout. That'll do it for Southern Maryland, down 1-2-3 as we head to the 6th inning. It is Long Island 2 and Southern Maryland 2. This is the Legal ID Shield, Southern Maryland Blue Crabs Baseball Network.
Hey, Blue Crab fans, come out to Regency Furniture Stadium on July 2nd when the Blue Crabs take on the Long Island Ducks for Southern Maryland Library Night, presented by Southern Maryland Regional Library Association.
That same night, calling all wrestling fans, come down to meet Mickey James on Wrestler Night.
Come support the Blue Crabs and join us for the Paint the Park Night and our jersey auction on July 23rd, presented by University of Maryland Charles Regional Medical Center. Be sure to stay for our fireworks extravaganza show following directly after the last out of the game, presented by Sonic.
If you like wine and like to paint, you will love Art at the Park, featuring wine and design. Also on July 24th, it's our 6th Backbin Buddies Day, presented by Chick-fil-A. Kids play free in Pitch's Playground and can run the bases post-game. For tickets and more information, log on to somdbluecrabs.com or call 301-638-9788. Top half of the 6th inning here at Regency Furniture Stadium as Dan Lyons will lead things off. Game all tied at 2. Long Island and Southern Maryland. It'll be 5-6-7 Lions, Minicozy, and Dowd against the right-handed pitcher Tim Sexton. Ducks already into their bullpen. In fact, they've thrown 2 guys, DeJulio Jr. and Struck, out of their pen. Righty on righty, the pitch. Swinging a line drive to short. Gloved on 1 bounce on the glove side by Garcia. And he fires to first for the out. That low liner. And a nifty play by Eric Garcia, gloving it on 1 bounce on his glove side, his left side. 6-3, on the putout. We'll put a star next to that one on the scorecard. 1 out, game tied at 2, top of the 6th, and Mark Minicozy will come to the plate. Into a 4-6-3 double play in the second, and he walked in the 4th. Right-handed batter, 2-2 our score. Here's the pitch. In for a strike with a fastball on the inner third of the plate. 54 strikes thrown by Sexton this evening. 30 balls, 84 pitches in total. The pitch home. Swinging a fly ball, well hit. Left center field. Walton Myers going back. It's at the wall, and it is gone. Onto the protective netting covering the pool area beyond the wall in left center field. A solo home run by Mark Minicozy, his second home run in as many days. He now has 3 RBIs in just 2.5 games played with the Ducks. Long Island retaking the lead. It is 3-2. Open activity down that left field line for Southern Maryland. Orlando Santos appears to be getting loose. He's a right-hander. So now the batter is Mike Dowd. 1 out, nobody on. 3-2 Ducks. Long Island, by the way, 7 hits here in the ball game. The pitch. In for a strike, thigh high. Right-handed hitting Mike Dowd flew out to center back in the 4th and walked in the 2nd inning. Kevin Baez, the manager on the top step of the dugout on the first base side for the Ducks. His 14th season as a member of the Ducks organization, his 6th managing this team. The pitch. Swung on, chopped to short. 2 hops, glove chest high on the backhand by Garcia. He sets and throws. And Dowd out at first base on that chest high throw to Zach Wilson. 2 outs, nobody on. 3-2 Ducks on that Minicozy solo home run over the wall in left center field. Baez, 49 years of age. Guy who made 3 stops in the big leagues with the Mets in 1990, 91, and again in 93. Blank the batter, he swings and fouls the first offering at a play to the right side. And it's 0-1. Mike, a right-handed hitter, 1 for 2 with a single in the second. It's maybe the last inning here for Sexton. Santos quickly loosening down the left field line in the bullpen. But anyway, speaking about Baez, he has done a great job as the manager of this Ducks team in all 6 years at the head of this club. 0-1 pitch. Swinging a line drive into left. That's a base hit. So Blank turning on a pitch on the inner half, ripping it into left. He's got 2 hits, 2 for 3. A 2-out base runner. Sexton has allowed 8 hits tonight. And Matt Wessinger will come to the plate. Here comes manager Jeremy Owens. And this may be it here for Sexton, and it will be. He will take the baseball. Orlando Santos is coming into the game. We're in the top of the 6th inning. Ducks taking the lead on the solo home run by Mark Minicozy. We've got a pitching change, 1 on, 2 outs. Long Island a 3-2 lead over Southern Maryland on the Legal ID Shield, Southern Maryland Blue Crabs Baseball Network. Blue Crabs fans, come out to the ballpark August 2nd against Lancaster. It's Hearing Professionals, Silver Sluggers, night number 7. Free popcorn Tuesdays, presented by RC Theaters Lexington Exchange for the first 500 fans. On August 3rd, 11:05 special start time, it's Camp and Recreation Day. And on August 4th against the Barnstormers, it's National Night Out Celebration and Foster's Grill, Wings, and Beer Night. For more information, log on to SOMDBlueCrabs.com or call 301-638-9788. Tim Sexton departs, giving way to Orlando Santos with 2 outs here in the top of the 6th. 3-2 Long Island on that solo home run by Mark Minicozy, taking the lead. That bomb over the wall in left center field. Matt Wessinger will hit with 2 outs and a runner at first. Blank, the final batter for Sexton, ripping a single to left. Tim in total, 5 2/3. 3 earned runs, 8 hits, 3 walks, 3 strikeouts, 89 pitches thrown. First offering, a swing and a pop-up. Foul ground, third base side. Stepping into foul territory is Nelson. And Bryant, a quarter of the way towards home, makes a one-hand catch on the grass. That was easy for Orlando Santos, throwing just 1 pitch. A run on 2 hits. The Minicozy solo home run over the wall in left center field. And 1 man left. Heading to the bottom of the 6th, Long Island 3. And Southern Maryland 2 on the Legal ID Shield, Southern Maryland Blue Crabs Baseball Network.
Hey Blue Crabs fans, join us at Regency Furniture Stadium on August 5th as your Southern Maryland Blue Crabs take on the York Revolution. It'll be Salute the Troop Night presented by Chick-fil-A of Charles County and the St. Charles Companies, as well as Craft Fair Night, Beach Party Night, and a firework extravaganza presented by PNC. The very next night on August 6th, the Southern Maryland Blue Crabs continue to take on the York Revolution for Southern Maryland Library Night presented by Southern Maryland Regional Library Association. It'll also be Urgent Care Night and a jersey auction presented by the University of Maryland Charles Regional Medical Center. For more information, log online to www.somdbluecrabs.com or call 301-638-9788.
Bottom half of the 6th inning, Blue Crabs are now down 3-2. They tied the game with 2 runs in the bottom of the 4th, but the Ducks with the go-ahead run in the 6th as Minicozy with the solo home run over the wall in left center field. Blue Crabs have never led in this ball game. It'll be 2, 3, 4 in the order. Nelson, Myers, and Walton. Nelson will turn around, bat from the right side. Bryant off of left-handed pitching this year, hitting just .221. He dropped down to sack bunt back in the 1st. Walked and scored a run in the 4th inning. The new pitcher on the hill is the left-hander Dustin Richardson, on relief for Nick Struck, who went an inning striking out 1. And again, pitcher by committee tonight for the Ducks. The pitch on the way. And there's a strike over the outside corner with a fastball from the tall left-handed pitcher, 6'6", 220-pound Dustin Richardson. He's from Newton, Kansas. To the pitch, a swing and a fly ball into right. Easy play for Lentini, moving over to his left. In medium depth, he makes a one-hand catch. Richardson, 7 games, 4 2/3, 3 walks, 5 strikeouts. 4th pitcher of the night, Kevin Vance started. 3 innings, 1 hit, 1 walk, 2 strikeouts, 45 pitches thrown. Here's Darby Myers, who's 1 for 2 with a single and a run scored in the 4th. 3-2 Ducks. On the out-of-town scoreboard at New Britain Stadium, bottom half of the 6th inning, the Bees with a 3-2 lead over the Bluefish. Here's the pitch. Squaring Myers pulls back. Takes a strike over the outer 3rd. Elsewhere, the Revolution with a 2-1 lead over the Skeeters, bottom half of the 3rd inning at Constellation Field. And in the top of the 6th inning at TD Bank Ballpark, the Barnstormers a 4-3 lead over the Patriots. From the belt, here's an 0-1 pitch. Swing and a ball slashed foul, right side out of play. And it is 0-2 with Jamar Walton waiting to hit next. Ducks coming in having won 6 of 8. Blue Crabs looking to break a 6-game losing streak tonight. Myers adjusting the white batting gloves, climbs back in, open stance. Inside target, the 0-2. Fastball, fisted foul out of play on the first base side. On the Major League Baseball out-of-town scoreboard, in the bottom of the fifth inning, Detroit with a 3-2 lead over Toronto. Bottom six, Yankees a 5-3 lead over the Indians. Top of the fifth inning, the Nationals 6-4 lead over the Mets. Braves and the Cubs are delayed tonight. Bottom half of the second inning, Twins 4-0 lead over the Rangers. Inside on the next offering, Myers skips rope out of the way with his back right foot. And it is 1 ball and 2 strikes. Athletics a 2-1 lead over the Astros top of the third. 1-0 Seattle over Kansas City, the lead, top half of the third inning. 1-0 Colorado with the lead over Philadelphia, bottom of the first. Inside target, 1 out, the 1-2 pitch. Swing and a miss, a fastball darting down and in, and Myers tied up. 5th strikeout tonight for Long Island pitching. 2 outs, nobody on for Jamar Walton, 3-2 Ducks. We're in the bottom half of the 6th inning. 10-10 start. Padres and the Dodgers. Angels beat the Rays today 5-1. Cardinals beat the Pirates 5-1 as well. Here's the pitch. Walton takes a called strike with a fastball right over the black of the plate on the outer half. Jamar has struck out twice tonight. The All-Star for Southern Maryland. His second consecutive All-Star game coming up next week in Lancaster, Pennsylvania. 0-1 pitch. Swing and a ground ball. Fair inside the bag at third down the left field line, rolling into the corner. Walton touches first, jogs towards second. He's in there safely, standing with a 2-out double. So Jamar with double number 11 on the year. Southern Maryland with 5 hits here in the game. Here's Michael Snyder, a chance to tie it, as Snyder walked in his first plate appearance in the second and singled in the fourth. Blue Crabs fans, Regency Furniture Stadium offers affordable catered luxury suites, 2-hour all-you-can-eat picnic area packages, and Legends Club events. For more information, contact Group Sales Department at 301-638-9788 or log on to somdbluecrabs.com. The pitch. Snyder tips it foul off the mask of Dowd as it deflects back to the backstop. 0-1 with 2 outs, 3-2 Long Island, taking the lead in the top half of this inning on that Minicozy solo home run over the wall in left center field. Walton a 2-out double. A nice job, by the way, by Jamar. Pitch on the outer half, and he served it on the ground the other way inside the bag at third. 0-1 with 2 outs. Snyder climbs back in. His first start after missing about 2 weeks with a hamstring injury. Here's the kick and the pitch. Swing and a ball fisted foul off to the right and out of play. That's 0-2. No wind to speak of here at the ballpark. There is bullpen activity down the right field line for the Ducks. From the belt. 0-2 pitch home. Swung on, chopped foul, third base side into the hands of Jeremy Owens. Nifty play. Oh, 2 with 2 outs, 3-2 Long Island. On the bottom of the 6th inning. Wessinger is deep at third. Vega in left is very deep as well, about 10 steps from the warning track. Cleary Jr. in center, Lentini in right, medium depth. 0-2 pitch. Swinging a foul back to the screen. And Snyder is able to stay alive. Michael, of course, the brother of Brandon Snyder, as we've talked about. One thing with Snyder is that while he has some power, a great swing, the ball really pops off his bat, especially in batting practice. He's got to stay healthy and stay on the field because he is an asset, a huge asset to the Blue Crabs here in second half play. If Blue Crabs are going to clinch a playoff spot, then they're going to need this guy in the lineup right here, and they're going to need him to hit. 0-2 pitch. Swung on, pulled on the ground, foul third base side. And the count holds. at 0-2. Two outs, 3-2 Ducks. Walton with his lead off of second base. Nobody loosing, by the way, down the left field line in the bullpen for the Blue Crabs. Jack of the runner, 0-2 pitch home. Check swing, flared foul, back to the padded backstop. So Snyder with a good at-bat here, staying alive against Dustin Richardson, who has thrown just one ball, by the way. 15 pitches in total, 14 strikes. Next pitch will be the 7th of this at-bat alone. Richardson sets, now the pitch. Swinging a flare, out to shallow right, that's down, a base hit. Walton touches third, he's being waved home. He will score without a play. Michael Snyder with an RBI single. And the Blue Crabs have tied it at 3 here in the bottom of the 6th. Jam shot flare into right. And that was enough to get Walton home. It was hit slow enough, too, to where Lentini fielded it in medium depth right, and he couldn't make a throw. 2 hits in the inning for the Blue Crabs, 6 in the game. Snyder with RBI number 26 on the year. Here's Zach Wilson now, 1 for 2 with a 2-run single back in the 4th, and he flew out to center in the 2nd inning. 3-3 our score. Bottom half of the 6th, 2 outs, the pitch. Swing and a miss, a high fastball. And Wilson went chasing for it. 0-1 is the count to Zach, who last year was an all-star. 9-game hitting streak earlier in the year from May 7th to the 15th. He hit .529 during that streak. 0-1. Inside, lifting the elbows up of Zach. 1 ball and 1 strike. Yeah, that .529 batting average during that 9-game hitting streak was his best stretch of the season. He started the year, remember, 3 for 41. Here's the set. Inside target. The pitch on the way. In for a strike at the knees. And now it's 1 ball and 2 strikes. The pitch home. Swung on, bounced to second, moving to his right pocket, down to his left knee to field, and he shovels to second with Lyons, the shortstop, there covering for the force. Blue Crabs tied on the Michael Snyder RBI single, a run on 2 hits, and nobody left on. At the end of 6 innings of play, it is Long Island 3, Southern Maryland 3. This is the Legal ID Shield, Southern Maryland Blue Crabs Baseball Network.
ID Shield is the best way to protect your identity. If you become a victim of identity theft, ID Shield spends up to $5 million to do everything that it can to restore your identity. ID Shield is dedicated to your safety. Their identity specialists are focused on protecting you. They provide you with the services that walk you through all the steps to protect yourself. ID Shield monitors all of your personal information from social security numbers, credit cards, and bank accounts. ID Shield monitors everything from your passport, email, phone numbers, driver's license information, and much more. ID Shield is the only company that is partnered with Kroll, the worldwide leader in theft investigative services. ID Shield partner with Kroll protects the identities of more than 1 million people in 50 states and 4 Canadian provinces. For more information, call 571-337-3588 or log on to www.legalshieldassociate.com/BowareMJ.
This is Jeremy Owens, manager of the Blue Crabs. Thanks for listening to Blue Crab Baseball. Now back to the game.
Top half of the 7th inning here at Regency Furniture Stadium. Blue Crabs tying it with an RBI single from Michael Snyder in the bottom of the 6th. And we're all tied at 3. Long Island, Southern Maryland, top of the order. Anthony Vega, Phelant Lentini, and Delta Cleary Jr. against Orlando Santos. Right-hander came on in relief, threw one pitch, and got Wessinger to foul out in the 6th. Here's the pitch. Vega, left-handed batter, takes outside. 1 ball and no strikes. I didn't even have a chance to introduce Santos with his statistics. Orlando sets, now the 1-0. Blowing in with a fastball. 1-3, 6.85 ERA. 26th game, 22 and a third innings pitched. 17 earned runs allowed, 9 walks, 20 strikeouts. Opponents hitting .348. Here's the next offering. Swung on, chopped through the hole on the right side. That's a base hit. Vega on base for the 3rd time here tonight. He singled back in the 3rd inning. And he's now 2 for 3. He was also hit by a pitch, and he scored a run in the 1st. He's got a stolen base tonight, and he scored a run in the 3rd as well. There is Lentini now. The Ducks have activity in their bullpen down the right field line. The bullpen right now, at the moment, quiet for Southern Maryland. Ducks with 9 hits. Lentini 0 for 2 with a walk. Climbs in right side against Santos, working off the very edge of the first base side of the rubber. Game tied at 3, top of the 7th inning. Santos a quick toss over to first, and diving back in head first safely is Vega, who is a threat to run. Again, a stolen base, his 14th of the year back in the 1st inning. 14 stolen bases in 20 attempts. A quick toss over again, and Anthony back with the head first dive to the back inside corner of the bag. Wilson holds him on. Vega hops off about 3 steps here. Nelson up on the cut of the grass at 3rd, the pitch. Lentini takes a fastball inside. 1 ball and no strikes is the count to Felant. Here's the set. Now the pitch. Low and away with a slider. And it's 2-0 to Lentini, who, as I mentioned in his last at-bat, has been all over the place in professional baseball. He's played in the Frontier League. He's been in the Mexican League, American Association, the Atlantic League, the Pacific Association. Quick throw over again, a quick swipe tag, and Vega back with the head first dive before that swipe tag by Wilson. Here's the set. Now another throw over. And again, Vega back in with the head first dive. Lentini, 37 years of age, 6 foot, 195 pounder. Began the year last year with Sonoma in the Pacific Association. The pitch home. A strike called with a fastball at the belt. He hit .291, 27 RBIs in 32 games before signing with Long Island. On July 28th, he hit .291 also with 21 RBIs and 213 at-bats with the Ducks. Throw over again. Vega back with the head first dive. 3-3 our score, top of the 7th. Santos really paying a lot of attention over there to Anthony Vega, and for good reason. He's a threat to run. Santos another throw over. Vega back again with the head first dive. Those two those two guys, of course, teammates last year. Vega spent some time in the middle of the summer with the Blue Crabs. Pitch home. Swing and a miss, runner goes. Throw to second on a line. Off the glove of Garcia. It skips into shallow center. Vega gets up, sprints for third. He's in there. Safely standing without a play. Myers there to back it up. And the Ducks with the go-ahead run 90 feet away. So that'll be an error committed by Connor David, the catcher, his first of the year. It was a tough throw there. It was to the right side of second, about knee-high, and Garcia couldn't pull it down with Vega sliding feet first. He actually took out Garcia. After they collided, the ball skipped into center, and Vega got up, made it to third. 2-2 is the count to Lentini. The pitch on the way. Swing and a miss, struck him out. Big strikeout, a fastball in the outer half. Down goes Felant. 4th strikeout of the night for Southern Maryland pitching. First for Santos. Craig Stem loosening down the left field line in the bullpen for the Blue Crabs. Here's Delta Cleary Jr., who's 3 for 3 A hat trick in singles. He's got 2 RBIs as well. Switch hitter batting left. Infielders up on the cut of the grass with 1 out. Here's the pitch. Swinging a fly ball into right center field. Should be able to get the run in. Coming in is Rodriguez into the gap. The right fielder makes the catch. Tagging from third, Vega. The throw to the plate on a bounce. Off line up the first base line. A quarter of the way. Vega scores standing. And the Ducks retake the lead. It is now 4-3. Delta Cleary Jr., 3 RBIs here tonight. An impressive performance offensively. 3 singles, 3 RBIs, and a sacrifice fly. Meanwhile, Anthony Vega, that's pretty much those two. Combination of Vega and Cleary Jr. doing the bulk of the offense tonight. Delta Cleary Jr., 3 RBIs. Vega, 3 runs scored. Here's Cody Puckett with 2 outs. 4-3 Long Island, right-handed hitting Puckett. The pitch home. In for a strike over the outside corner. In the bottom half of the 7th inning, the Blue Crabs will send the bottom 3 to the plate. It'll be Sanchez, David, and Rodriguez. From the belt, 2 outs. Now the 0-1 pitch. Swing and a ball poked foul back over the screen and out of play. And it's 0-2. Think about Orlando Santos last year. Really in the second half, he came alive pitching so well. But something happened this year with him that I'm kind of still scratching my head a little bit. He gave up 2 earned runs against the Patriots back on the 5th a couple of days ago, and he gives up the go-ahead run here tonight in the 7th. 0-2 pitch. Low and away with a fastball. That just slipped right out of his hands. And zinged right by the glove of Connor David, the catcher. 1 ball and 2 strikes is the count. Ducks have that 4-3 lead. Santos bending at the waist. Off the first base edge coming set. Now he lifts the leg and fires. Swing and a miss. Struck him out. A fastball high and away. Santos 2 strikeouts in the inning. A run on a hit. A sacrifice fly by Delta Cleary Jr. And the Ducks retake the lead. Stretch time, bottom of the 7th. Long Island 4, Southern Maryland 3 on the Legal ID Shield Southern Maryland Blue Crabs Baseball Network.
Legal issues can mean trouble for anyone. No matter how much money you have, Legal Shield can help with a range of legal services. Legal Shield believes in educating and serving their members to improve their lives. Legal Shield partners with providing law firms across the United States and 4 provinces in Canada to help you with any issue you can think of. For more information, contact Marcellus and Jeanette Boweir at 571-337-3588 or log on to www.legalshieldassociate.com/Boweir MJ.
This is Cody Eppley, and you're listening to Blue Crabs Baseball on the Blue Crabs Baseball Network.
Long Island with a 4-3 lead, bottom half of the 7th inning here at Regency Furniture Stadium. It is game 1 of a 4-game series. Amalio Diaz is the new pitcher on relief for Dustin Richardson, who went an inning, giving up an earned run on 2 hits and striking out 1. Before him, it was Nick Struck, the right-hander, who went an inning. Frank DeGiulio Jr., who went an inning, at the time giving up the lead, 2 earned runs on 3 hits. Kevin Vance got the start tonight. I think he did a pretty nice job in what was a start for him, his first start of the year. 3 innings, 1 hit, 1 walk, 2 strikeouts, 45 pitches thrown. Now it is Diaz, the 5th pitcher of the night for Kevin Baez's team. 4-3 Ducks, taking the lead in the top half of this inning on the sac fly by Delta Cleary Jr. Delta tonight, by the way, 3 RBIs. Angel Sanchez will start things. He's 0 for 2. He's grounded into a pair of double plays. Sanchez, David Rodriguez due up. The right-hander Diaz, 4-2, 2.60 ERA. His 30th game, 27 2/3 innings pitched, 8 earned runs, 4 walks, 36 strikeouts. Opponents hitting 198 off of the right-hander. Diaz coming set. Outside target. Here's the pitch home. Fastball tipped foul into the mitt of Dowd. 0-1 is the count. Blue Crabs with 6 hits in the game. Long Island with 9 hits. Blue Crabs coming in looking to break a 6-game losing streak. Here's a high set. Now the 0-1. Swinging a line drive into center. That's down in front of Cleary Jr. for a base hit. Delta plays it on one bounce, and Angel Sanchez is responsible for the 7th hit of the night off the bat of Blue Crabs hitters. Now Connor David will hit the catcher. Diaz coming out of the bullpen, making, after he stopped his jog, touching the infield dirt, that slow walk to the mound. Guy who portrays a lot of confidence out there on the mound. David squares the pitch, pulls back, takes a fastball outside, 1 ball, no strikes. Wessinger, the third baseman, was charging along with Minicozy, the first baseman. The wheel play is on here with Puckett, the second baseman, over to cover first, and Lyons, the shortstop, covering second. Outfielders play straight away. David squares again. Diaz kicks and fires. David drops down the bunt right side in front of the mound. Onto the grass, Diaz. He scoops and throws to first, a little bit high, but Puckett pulls it down. The second baseman there covering. 1-4 on the putout. Sacrifice successful. Into second base goes Sanchez. Here's Rede Rodriguez. 4-3 Long Island, bottom of the 7th inning. Yeah, Kevin Vance did a good job. I mean, he did all you can ask. It's kind of pitcher by committee, as we've talked about here tonight. Yesterday, a double header for the Ducks, using a lot of pitchers. Tomorrow, back to their regular starting rotation, as they will send John Brownell to the mound against Brian Grenning, the right-hander. John DeZamba is now the pinch runner out there at second base. One out, check of the runner, here's the pitch. Rodriguez swings and pokes it foul off to the right and out of play. So DeZamba will probably take over at second base come the top of the 8th inning. 4-3 Ducks, bottom of the 7th. Craig Stem still loosening down the left field line in the bullpen. Here's the set position. Outside target. Check of the runner. The pitch on the way. Low outside. 1 ball and 1 strike. 4-3, Long Island with the lead. We're in the bottom of the 7th inning. Rede Rodriguez is 0 for 2 here tonight. Rede with just 6 hits in 9.5 games played with the Blue Crabs. Check of the runner. Here's the pitch home. Swing and a miss. Nasty slider. Low and away, and Rodriguez swung right over. 1 ball and 2 strikes is the count. Diaz, 6'2", 210 pounds. He's from Chandler, Arizona. He was born in Venezuela. Last year spent the entire season with Long Island. Went 1-4, but the ERA was good, 2.78. Recorded 14 saves as well. Check of the runner at second base again, DeZamba. The 1-2. Slider in there. Strike 3 called over the outside corner. Down goes Rodriguez. And there's 2 away. 4-3 Ducks here with the lead. Bottom half of the 7th inning. Here comes Eric Garcia. Long Island with 6 strikeouts as a whole here tonight. Garcia with a hit, a double back in the first. He was stranded at third. And that proves to be a big runner left on base, because right now the Blue Crabs down by 1. And they've been down by 1 a couple of times here tonight. Left-handed batter, 1 for 3. Right-hander Diaz kicks and fires. Swing and a miss. There was a nasty slider again. And not only was Garcia out in front, but he swung right over. 0-1 is the count. On deck is Bryant Nelson if the inning were to continue. Zamba with the lead off of second base. From the belt. Check of the runner. Diaz, another check of DeZamba. Lifts the leg, he fires. Swing and a foul, out of play. Off to our left. 0-2. 4-3 Long Island. Bottom half of the seventh inning. The Crabs in danger of dropping to 0-4 here in second half play and losing their 7th straight game. Yeah, you think about it, and you hate to say it, but Blue Crabs probably can't wait for the All-Star break. Check of the runner. Now the pitch home. Tipped foul in and out of the mid of Dowd. Now it's a ball and 2 strikes. So Diaz is the 5th pitcher of the night. There is nobody loosening right now down the right field line in the bullpen. He's on for this hold situation. Craig Stem appears to be ready in the Blue Crabs bullpen. He will probably be coming in for Orlando Santos in the top of the 8th. Blue Crabs being out hit tonight, by the way, 9-7. 2 outs, 4-3 Ducks. Bottom 7. Here's the pitch. Tipped in and out of mid again of Dowd. And that fastball that Garcia just got a piece of is fouled off the catcher's mitt and back towards that brick backstop. 1-2. No wind here at the ballpark. Lights on. Very comfortable night. You know, earlier in the day it was 90 degrees. At first pitch it was 70 degrees. It really dropped. That temperature really dropping. Inside target from the belt. Diaz checks the runner. Once, now twice. Kicks, delivers home. Swung on, popped foul off third. Wessinger weaves into foul territory onto the warning track. Up against the sidewall, reaching over, and he's unable to make the play as it lands 2 rows deep in the seats towards the furthest end of the Blue Crabs dugout. Outfielder shading towards left center. Here's the set position. Check of the runner at second base. The 1-2 pitch home. Swinging a ground ball weakly at the second. Easy play Puckett gobbles it up. Sidearms to first. And the Blue Crabs leave a runner in scoring position. They now have left 3 runners on base tonight. 2 of them in scoring position. Both would have been the tying runs. No runs, a hit. And 1 man left. Heading to the 8th, it is Long Island 4 and Southern Maryland 3. This is Legal ID Shield, Southern Maryland Blue Crabs Baseball Network.
Hey, Blue Crabs fans, join us at the ballpark on August 7th as your Southern Maryland Blue Crabs take on the York Revolution. It's Chick-fil-A Backfin Buddies Day number 7, Babies in Baseball, as well as pregame autograph sessions, kids play in Pinch's Playground for free, and postgame kids run the bases. After about a week off, the Blue Crabs come back to town on August 15th against the Bridgeport Bluefish for Bark in the Park presented by Perfect Pet Resort, as well as Dollar Hot Dog Night. And then on August 16th, it's Hearing Professional Silver Sluggers Day number 8, Shirt Off Your Back Clothing Drive, Thankful Tuesday, as well as free popcorn presented by RST Theaters Lexington Exchange for the first 500 fans. For more information, call 301-638-9788 or visit www.somdbluecrabs.com.
Top of the 8th inning here at Regency Furniture Stadium, Long Island 4 and Southern Maryland 3. New pitcher Craig Stem on the hill on a relief for Santos, who went an inning and a third. 1 earned run allowed, 1 hit, 2 strikeouts. Stem 2-5, 6.43 ERA. 26 appearances, 2 starts, 35 innings, 18 walks, 27 strikeouts. Opponents hitting .377 off of the right-hander. Dan Lyons will start things. Dan 1 for 3 in the game with a single. Here's the pitch. Fastball, a little bit low. 1 ball and no strikes. He was robbed of a hit in the 6th inning on a nice play by Eric Garcia. Gloved a hot shot on his glove side on a low liner off the bat of Lyons. Here's the 1-0. A little bit low with a fastball, 2-0. Dan, a pair of hits in both games yesterday. He's now reached base safely with his hit tonight. And 11 games played since returning from a hamstring injury that cost him 14 games earlier in the year. 2-0. Swing and a miss. He chased a high fastball that time. And it's 2 balls and 1 strike. During that streak, by the way, he's 17 for 39, including tonight. A .436 batting average over that span. Here's a foul back to the screen on a high fastball as the count levels to 2-2. Ducks taking the lead in the top of the 7th on the 3rd RBI of the night by Delta Cleary Jr. Mark Minicozy with a solo home run in the top of the 6th over the wall in left center. He's responsible for the other run. 2-2. Check swing outside as it kicks off the glove of David. Now Delta Cleary Jr. with 3 RBIs tonight. Minicozy with 1. That's where we stand. 4-3, Long Island. Blue Crabs 2 runs in the bottom of the 4th inning. Zach Wilson with a 2-run single. They scored a run in the 6th as well. The pitch. Swing and a ball poked foul off to the right and out of play. Michael Snyder with an RBI single in that bottom of the 6th. Blue Crabs have never led the game. They have tied it twice. Ducks coming in, having won 6 of their last 8 games. Nelson deep at 3rd, Wilson deep at 1st. Stem, middle of the rubber, coming set at the belt. Outside target, 2-2 pitch home. Fastball, popped him up foul off first. David, near the on-deck circle, throwing off the mask. He slips on the warning track, loses his footing, and it bounces just to, from our vantage point, the right of the on-deck circle, nearest end of the Ducks dugout, right on the warning track, and it's a strike. Now, if that were to tip off the glove, or if David were to drop it, it would have been an error. Not the case, though. He just slipped, and it's a foul ball. Would have been a foul ball anyway, but it would have been an error. David already has an error charged to him tonight as he fired one into center field last inning. 2-2 pitch home. Swinging a hot shot wide of 3rd. That's out of the range of Nelson. And into left field for a base hit. Ducks now with double-digit hits. They've got 10 in the game. Here's Mark Minicozy. Solo home run back in the 6th. He walked in the 4th. He's 1 out of 2. 4-3. Ducks have the lead. Top of the 8th inning. Mark bangs his cleats with his white bat, climbing in right side, back of the batter's box. Stem sets from the belt. Now the pitch. Outside with a fastball. Craig making his Blue Crabs debut the same day that he was traded from New Britain. I was back on the 1st against the Bees in Game 2 of that doubleheader. He got the start and suffered the loss that night. The pitch. A strike call down the heart of the plate. And it's 1-1. Stem, the tall right-hander, 6'5", 215 pounds. He is from Tennessee. Comes set at the belt. The pitch on the way. Breaking ball up high. And it's 2 balls and 1 strike. 4-3 Ducks. We're in the top of the 8th inning. Nobody out. Ducks 4 runs on 10 hits. Blue Crabs 3 runs, 7 hits, 1 error committed. Stem sets at the belt. Runner the lead off first. Not going. The pitch. Downstairs. And a good hitter's count here. 3 balls and 1 strike. On deck is Mike Dowd. Dan Lyons over there at first base. 1 stolen bag on the year. Takes his lead off of first. Held on by Zach Wilson. Quick toss over. And Lyons back in safely standing. Hey, fans, be sure to like the Blue Crabs on Facebook. Also follow the Blue Crabs on Twitter with the handle @BlueCrabs. And on Instagram with the handle @BlueCrabsBaseball. Good hitters count here for Minicozy. Guy can really swing it. He homered over the wall in left center back a couple of innings ago. Here's a ground ball to third, gloved by Nelson. Sidearms to second one. DeZamba's turn on to first. Around the horn, double play. 5-4-3. First Nelson, DeZamba, who, again, a defensive replacement for Sanchez. He came in as a pinch runner last inning. Right in the middle of that, it was finished off by Wilson on the back end, and there's 2 gone. So Lions erased off the base paths, and Mike Dowd will come to the plate. 4-3, Long Island with the lead, top of the 8th. Ready on ready matchup. Here's the pitch. In tight. One ball, no strikes. Nobody on. Here's the pitch. In tight, and that sails right over the glove of Connor David and to the backstop. 2 balls and no strikes. 4-3 Long Island, top of the 8th. Bases are cleared. Outfielders play straight away. Walton deep in left. Same thing with Myers in center. Rodriguez medium depth in right. Carson is loosening down the left field line in the bullpen. Here's the pitch. Swing and a line drive tattooed in the center. That's down for a base hit. Myers plays it on 2 bounces. So the inning kept alive here as the Ducks have 11 hits in the game, and Mike Blank will come to the plate.
Next up, number 21, Mike Blank.
Ducks with an 8-2 series lead this year over the Blue Crabs. And you know, they've outscored Southern Maryland too, 68-35. Righty on righty matchup with 2 outs. The pitch. Strike called over the outside. Blank, a right-handed batter, 2 for 3 with a pair of singles. From the belt, the pitch home. In tight. That breaking ball didn't break. Stem, I've seen at times this year have a lot of control of his pitches, and then other times really not much control at all. And I think that's the case, at least with his breaking ball. Tonight, fastball's been okay, but I think with his breaking pitch, it hasn't really broke. It's stayed up in the zone. 2-0. Swung on, chopped towards third. Nelson backing up. Backhand grab, off balance, throw to first in time. What a play by Bryant Nelson. Behind the bag, over the line. An off-balance throw with his momentum taking him into foul territory. A fine play by the 42-year-old who made a play that some 23-year-olds can't make. Excellent job by Bryant Nelson, a true professional. No runs, 2 hits, and 1 man left on base. Heading to the bottom of the 8th, it is Long Island 4, Southern Maryland 3. This is the Legal ID Shield, Southern Maryland Blue Crabs. Baseball Network.
ID Shield, a division of Legal Shield, continues the mission of providing identity protection to more than 1 million people in 50 states and 4 Canadian provinces. Teamed with Crow, no other company combines the expertise of the most knowledgeable identity protection specialists in the industry. The team of dedicated individuals does whatever it takes for as long as it takes to keep you and your family safe. For more information, log on to www.legalshieldassociate.com/BowareMJ or contact Marcellus and Jeanette Boware at 571-337-3588.
Bottom half of the 8th inning here at Regency Furniture Stadium, 4-3 Long Island. Glad you're with us tonight on the Legal ID Shield Southern Maryland Blue Crabs Baseball Network. Long Island out hitting Southern Maryland tonight, 11-7. Ducks took the lead in the top of the 7th inning on Delta Cleary Jr.'s third RBI of the night, a sacrifice fly. It'll be Nelson, Myers, and Walton. Bryant with a fine play behind the third base bag, off-balance throw, taking him into foul territory to end that top of the 8th. Now he'll come to the plate. 0 for 1 tonight. He walked and scored a run in the 4th and dropped down a sac bunt in the 1st. Yuri De La Rosa is the new pitcher. 5'9", 165-pounder, 2-2, 2.63 ERA. 30th game, 27 and a third innings pitch. 9 walks, 39 strikeouts. And opponents are hitting .231 off the left-hander. He works off the first base edge of the rubber. Blue Crabs looking to tie this game. From the belt, the pitch on the way. Swung on, chopped towards third. It's out of the range of the third baseman, Wessinger, and into left for a base hit, right between Wessinger and Lyons. Bryant Nelson is on base for the second time here tonight. Blue Crabs have 8 hits, and the tying run is on. Here's Darby Myers. Darby with a single, a run scored in the 4th, and he is 1 for 3 in the game. Game 1 of a 4-game series here tonight. It's the 4th game of a 7-game homestand as well. Myers, right-handed batter. Squares the pitch, drops it down foul up the first base line as it squibs onto the grass. 0-1 is the count. Yeah, the Blue Crabs have a tough stretch coming up here. They're going to play teams before the All-Star break, Long Island obviously, and after the All-Star break, Lancaster and York, with a combined record of 117 wins and 99 losses over the next week or so. Not an easy stretch to open up this second half. A team that is 0-3 in second half play. 0-1, Myers drops down the bunt right side. De La Rosa off the mound onto the grass. He scoops, spins, and throws to first with Bucket there covering. Minicozy, the first baseman, was charging in. Bucket, the second baseman, coming over to receive that throw from De La Rosa. Into scoring position goes Bryant Nelson, 4-3 Ducks. Bottom half of the 8th inning. Small ball here from Southern Maryland. Walton striking out twice, once in the 1st and again in the 4th. And he doubled and scored a run in the 6th. That was the tying run at the time. Off that single from the guy on deck, Michael Snyder. 4-3 Long Island. Nelson with that leadoff single, he's in scoring position. De La Rosa on relief for Diaz, who went an inning, giving up a hit and striking out 1. Lefty on lefty matchup. Time is asked for by Dow, the catcher, and granted by home plate umpire John Grasso. Walton straightaway stance left side. Here's the set position by De La Rosa. The pitch. Wave and a miss at a slider. Very good pitch. That frisbee type slider on the outer half of the plate. 0-1 is the count. 4-3 Long Island as we play here in the last of the 8th. Game 2 tomorrow, it'll be the right-handed pitcher, Brian Grenning, up against John Brownell, the right-hander. Frisbee slider on the next offering off the outside corner. And it's 1 ball and 1 strike. Game 2 tomorrow, 7:05, 6:35 for Blue Crabs on deck. Hope you join us then. Robert Carson, meanwhile, loosening down the left field line in the bullpen for Southern Maryland. Bullpen quiet down the right field side for Long Island. Here's the pitch. Up high with a fastball. And it's 2 balls and 1 strike. Kevin Vance started tonight for the Ducks. 3 innings, 1 hit, 1 walk, 2 strikeouts. DeJulio Jr. struck, Richardson, Diaz, and now De La Rosa all out of the bullpen tonight. Pitcher by committee for Long Island, who played a doubleheader yesterday and used a lot of pitchers. 1 out, 4-3 Ducks, bottom 8, the pitch. Outside just a tad, Dow tried to frame it. Good hitters count for Walton, 3-1. Jamar serving a ground ball fair inside the bag at third for a double in his last at bat. De La Rosa has held opponents scoreless in his last 2 outings. Here's the kick and the pitch. Jamar swings, breaks his bat, lifting it in the air to shallow center. Cleary Jr. coming on, and he makes a one-hand running catch. Walton got that right off the end of the bat. 2 outs. Back to second goes Nelson. By the way, the Blue Crabs tonight have left 3 runners on, 2 of them in scoring position. And both of those runners were the tying runs. In the first inning, Garcia, the tying run in third, and last inning, the tying run left in scoring position at second. Baez quick meeting at the mound with his pitcher, Yuri de la Rosa. Yuri from Santiago, Dominican Republic. Last year at the AA level, AA San Antonio in the Padres organization. 2 seasons of Major League experience with the Diamondbacks in 2013 and 2014. Michael Snyder, the batter, 2 hits, an RBI single in the 6th. He also walked in the 2nd. He's been on base 3 times. Right-handed hitter. The pitch on the way. Inside at the knees with a fastball, 1-0. 4-3 Long Island, bottom half of the 8th inning. Nelson with that leadoff single. Advanced to second on the sac bunt, dropped down by Darby Myers. He is at second base still. Wind picks up a little bit, blowing out to straightaway center. Lights on a gorgeous night here at Regency Furniture Stadium. Now the set position, the pitch. And a strike in there at the belt. And a change up. And it's a ball and a strike. Zach Wilson is waiting to hit next. Yuri brings the hands together, kicks and fires. Snyder swings and misses at a slider breaking down and in. Tough pitch to hit there. That frisbee-type slider, 1 ball and 2 strikes. You know, I mentioned that De La Rosa's not a big guy. 5'9", 165 pounds. From up here, he looks even smaller than that on the mound. But he's got good life to his fastball. And as we've seen a couple of times to a couple of batters here in this bottom of the 8th, a very good slider as well. 4-3 Ducks, bottom of the 8th, 2 outs. Nelson should be able to score on a base hit to the outfield. 1-2 pitch home. Fastball lifted in the air, right center field, deep but playable for the center fielder Delta Cleary Jr. and Lentini, the right fielder, as Delta gives way to Felant. Lentini makes a 2-hand catch 20 feet from the warning track in the right center field gap. So the right fielder puts it away, and that'll do it for the Blue Crabs, who waste a leadoff single from Bryant Nelson. No runs, a hit, and 1 man left in scoring position. Heading to the 9th, Long Island 4, Southern Maryland 3 on the Legal ID Shield Southern Maryland Blue Crabs Baseball Network.
Blue Crabs fans, is your brand, business, or organization looking to increase exposure and gain new and diverse consumers in this Southern Maryland market? Look no further than the Southern Maryland Blue Crabs and Regency Furniture Stadium. Our business partners are afforded unparalleled access to our consumer base of fans from attractive and potentially lucrative demographics with disposable income. Call today at 301-374-1133 for more information or to set up a consultation.
Piece of land out in the countryside, lay back and smell the sun, warm up the Georgia pie. It's so good to be taking it easy. Why would I ever leave? 'Cause I know I got some good friends that live down the street. Got a good...
This is Justin Berg. Thanks for listening to Blue Crabs Baseball. Now back to the game.
Top of the 9th inning, 4-3 Long Island with the lead over Southern Maryland. As we move along here in this ball game, the Ducks grabbing the lead in the top of the 7th on Delta Cleary Jr.'s 3rd RBI of the night, a sacrifice fly. Dan Lyons will, rather Matt Wessinger will start things, right-handed batter. The number 9 hitter, 9-1-2, Wessinger, Vega, Lentini. Here's the pitch. And Carson, the new pitcher, deals a fastball high. And it's 1 ball and no strikes. Carson on relief for Craig Stem, who went an inning, allowing 2 hits. Now it's Carson. Hard-throwing left-hander, 0-2, 6.75 ERA. The pitch, a little bit low with a fastball, 2-0. The Ducks tonight with 11 hits, 4 runs scored, 3 runs, 8 hits, 1 error for the Blue Crabs. As Carson works off the third base edge, Wessinger tonight is 0 for 3. The pitch on the way. There's a strike in there at the belt. Todd Coffey should be loosening down the right field side. In the bullpen from our vantage point, it's tough to see who exactly is loosening. We are cut off, but Coffey leads this team with 11 saves. Next offering, and it's low and inside. A tad, I think, 3-1. Carson sets. The pitch. Swinging a fly ball, lifted in the air, deep center field, but playable for Myers, scampering back. Darby squares up, makes the catch, 5 steps in front of the warning track. Wessinger's 0 for 4. Top of the order here is Anthony Vega. Anthony has had a really good night. He has lived up to what is a leadoff hitter, in my opinion. 2 hits. He is 2 for 3. 2 runs scored, a stolen base. Make it 3 runs scored, excuse me. 2 stolen bases. He was hit in the first, stole a base later, scored, singled, scored a run in the third, grounded out in the 5th, singled, stole a base, scored a run in the 7th. Squares here, takes the first offering, a strike right down the heart of the plate. And it's 0-1. The kick and the pitch. Cued on the ground foul, third base side. In the bottom half of the 9th inning, the Blue Crabs will send Wilson, DeZamba, and David to the plate. 6, 7, 8 in the order. They still got a couple of guys on their bench they could use if need be. Here's the pitch. A little bit low and outside. And it's 1 ball and 2 strikes. Blue Crabs, by the way, in danger of dropping their 7th straight game. The Ducks, meanwhile, have won 6 of 8 coming in. A team that owns the Blue Crabs this year, 8-2 record. The pitch home. Swing and a miss. Struck him out. A long swing from Vega. Anthony down on strikes. That's 7. Make it 6 strikeouts for Southern Maryland pitching this evening. Here's Lentini. 2 outs, nobody on. 4-3 Long Island.
Next up, number 22, Baylor.
Here comes manager Jeremy Owens out to talk things over with Robert Carson. Owens, quick meeting at the mound. Lefty on righty matchup. From the belt, here's the pitch home. Outside with a fastball, it's 1-0. From the belt, now the 1-0 pitch home. Beaten into the ground, foul at the plate. And it's 1 ball and 1 strike. Delta Cleary Jr. has had a big night at the plate, 3 RBIs. He's on deck if the inning were to continue. Here's the kick and the pitch. Swung on, pulled on the ground, foul, third base side. And again, Todd Coffey probably loosening, I would think. There is a pitcher loosening down the right field side. I would think it would be him. It would be a save situation in the bottom of the 9th inning. 4-3 Long Island. We're in the top of the 9th. Game 2, don't forget, tomorrow. Be on the air with you at 6:30. Blue Crabs on deck. 7:05 first pitch. 1-2 home. Swung on, looped into shallow right. That's down, a base hit. Rodriguez fielding it cleanly. Lentini muscles one out to right. Ducks with 12 hits here in the game. Remember, the last time these two teams met, back on the 12th of June, the Ducks had 20 hits that day. They scored 14 runs. Delta Cleary Jr. will come to the plate. He's got 3 hits, 3 singles, and 3 RBIs. And his last at bat, a sacrifice fly in the 7th inning to center field. Switch hitter, he'll turn around, bat from the right side. Here's the set. The pitch on the way. Swinging a line drive into right. That's down for a base hit. Lentini touches second. He's on his way to third. Rodriguez fires it in through the cut towards third, and Nelson picks it right in front of the bag. Lentini slides in feet first safely. They're at the corners here, back-to-back hits. That's 13 in the game for the Ducks, looking to add to this 4-3 lead. It's been a close game all night. Ducks have never given up the lead to the Blue Crabs. In fact, Southern Maryland has tied the game a couple of times, but that's been it. They never have been able to get over that hump of actually taking the lead. They've had their chances tonight. But here's Cody Puckett, who's 0 for 4, right-handed batter. 2 outs. Here's the pitch. Swinging a line drive into right center. That's down for a base hit. Lentini will score from third. Cleary Jr. on his way to third. He's in there without a play. It's an RBI single for Cody Puckett. 14 hits for the Ducks, 3 in a row after Carson set down the first 2 hitters, Wessinger and Vega, fairly easily. RBI number 40 on the year for Cody Puckett. And it is now 5-3 Long Island. And Dan Lyons will come to the plate. 2 hits tonight, 2 for 4. Here's the pitch. Lyons takes a called strike over the inside corner. Carson, another guy who's struggled as of late. 2 nights ago, 2/3 of an inning, giving up 2 hits and that tying run in a game where the Blue Crabs were up 7-0. Pitch home. Swung on, popped him up foul. Back over the screen, out of play. Oh, 0-2 is the count with 2 outs, 5-3 Long Island, top half of the 9th inning. Runners at the corners. Cleary Jr., who, by the way, has 4 hits tonight. He's at third. Puckett at first, the pitch. Tipped foul into the mid of David. Strikeout is recorded, and that'll do it. For Long Island, they add a run with 2 outs on 3 straight hits. The RBI single by Cody Puckett. Last chance coming up for the Blue Crabs as we head to the bottom of the 9th. It is Long Island 5 and Southern Maryland 3. This is the Legal ID Shield, Southern Maryland Blue Crabs Baseball Network. Blue Crabs fans, great seats are still available. Group tickets start as low as $10 per person. We also offer very affordable luxury suites and picnic area packages. For more information, log on to SOMDBlueCrabs.com or call 301-638-9788.
If you can't make it to the park, you can listen to every Blue Crabs home game
on the Blue Crabs Baseball Network.
This is Jeremy Owens, manager of the Blue Crabs. Thanks for listening to Blue Crab Baseball. Now back to the game.
Zach Wilson will lead things off, bottom half of inning number 9. 5-3. The Ducks are out in front. The new pitcher is Todd Coffey on in relief for Yuri De La Rosa, who picks up the hold here in the game. 1 inning, 1 hit. And now it is Todd Coffey, the closer for Long Island. 1-3, 3.57 ERA, 25th appearance. And Todd tonight looking for his 12th save, 22 and 2/3 innings pitched. Opponents hitting .244. Wilson bats from the right side. Here's the pitch. Outside and low with a fastball. It'll be Wilson, DeZamba, and then David, the scheduled hitter. Now, remember, Angel Flores is on the bench. He could come off tonight to hit for David. I mean, we'll see a couple of things that Jeremy Owens could do. Here's the set. 1-0 pitch. Swung on, popped foul, straight back over the screen and out of play. Wilson with a 2-run single off the Grill 13 mini monster in the 4th. He's 1 for 3. The Crabs tonight, 3 runs, 8 hits, 1 error committed. Long Island, 5 runs on 14 hits. Delta Cleary Jr., 4 hits tonight offensively for the Ducks. He has 3 RBIs. Minicozy, the first baseman, with a home run. The pitch. Bounced foul to the backstop. And it's 1-2. Zamba is on deck. John pinch ran for Angel Sanchez back in the 7th inning. Southern Maryland coming into the night looking to break a 6-game losing streak. And in danger of dropping their 7th straight and going to 0-4 here in second half play. 1-2 pitch. Swinging a ground ball deep short, moving to his right. Lyons. Backhand pick. Long throw to first. In time. Wilson out by a step. 6-3 on the putout. Sounded like Wilson might have broke his bat. Now John DeZamba will hit his first at bat of the night. Hitting at .237 with 3 RBIs. He's a left-handed batter. Angel Sanchez went 1 for 3 in the game. Snyder also with an RBI tonight for Southern Maryland, who tied the game a couple of times, but were never able to take the lead. 5-3 Ducks, bottom 9. Here's the pitch. Tipped foul into the mitt of Dowd. De La Rosa, Diaz, Richardson struck. DeJulio Jr. out of the bullpen tonight. Kevin Vance in a spot start, 3 innings, 1 hit, 1 walk, 2 strikeouts, 45 pitches thrown. It's been pitcher by committee tonight for Long Island after that doubleheader last night. 0-1 pitch. Swung on, chopped over the mound towards the middle, circling into his right pocket. He scoops in the baseline and fires on the run to first for the out. DeZamba is gunned down by about 2 steps. 4-3 on the putout. Last chance coming up here for the Blue Crabs. Final hope is Connor David. He is 0 for 2 here in the game. 5-3 Long Island, bottom of the 9th. Post-game wrap-up show after the totals coming up next. And again, tomorrow on the air with you, 6:30 for Blue Crabs on deck, and 7:05 for the play-by-play broadcast. Brian Grenning, the right-hander for the Blue Crabs, against the right-handed pitcher, John Brownell. Here's the pitch. Up high with a fastball. Coffey looking for his 18th save. Todd in his first season with the Ducks. Eight seasons of Major League experience with the Reds, the Brewers, the Nationals, and the Dodgers. 1-0 pitch. Swing and a miss. Good off speed, and that had David out in front. 1 ball and 1 strike. Connor David from the University of Connecticut. Same university that held Kevin Vance, tonight's starter for Long Island. Vance, of course, drafted in the 19th round out of UConn in 2011. Coffey sets. Here's the pitch. Swing and a miss. A long swing on the outer half of the plate there. That fastball right there on the black of the plate, 1-2, and a hitter with a long swing like that one right there from Connor David. He swings to the outer half of the plate. That's why he came up empty right there. 1 ball, 2 strikes. 2 outs, bases empty. 5-3 Ducks, bottom 9. Kick in the 1-2. Swing and a foul sent back to the screen. Rede Rodriguez waiting to hit next. Here's the set. 2 outs. 1-2 pitch. Inside low towards the ankles of Connor David, who, as I mentioned, played his college ball at the University of Connecticut. in his first professional season. He started this year with Bridgeport, playing in 16 games. He was released and picked up by the Blue Crabs. Here's a high set, the 2-2. Swung on, grounded to second. Should be the game as Puckett scoops, sidearms to first, and the ball game is over. Todd Coffey recording his 18th save of the season as he induces 3 ground ball outs in the bottom of the ninth. The Blue Crabs have now lost 7 straight games. They drop to a league worst 26-47, a season high 21 games under 500 as they fall tonight to the Long Island Ducks by the final of 5-3. Back with the totals after this on the Legal ID Shield Southern Maryland Blue Crabs Baseball Network.
Since 2013, over 1 billion records have been compromised right here in our great nation. ID Shield's comprehensive identity protection service monitors for all signs of criminal activity and gives you all the resources you need to keep your identity secure from fraud. For just $9.95 per month, ID Shield provides unlimited consultation, complete monitoring, and a $5 million service guarantee. For more information, contact Marcellus and Jeanette Bower at 571-337-3588 or log on to www.legalshieldassociate.com/BowerMJ.
This is Scott Snodgrass, and you're listening to the Blue Crabs Baseball Network.
Back with our totals, Blue Crabs falling tonight by the final of 5-3. 5 runs, 14 hits for the Long Island Ducks, who did not commit any errors here tonight. For the Blue Crabs, 3 runs, 8 hits, 1 error committed. 2 hours, 50 minutes at the time of the game. 2,632 fans were here at the ballpark. Dustin Richardson picked up the win. The left-hander pitching an inning out of the bullpen. 1 earned run, 2 hits, 1 strikeout. He's 1-0 on the year. Santos dropping to 1-4 on the year with the loss as Orlando gave up the go-ahead run in an inning and a third. 1 earned run, 2 strikeouts. Let's see, back in the 7th inning. So Santos is the loser. Coffey picking up his 18th save. A 1-2-3 inning, inducing 3 ground ball outs in the bottom of the ninth. As the Blue Crabs lose their 7th straight, dropping to 26-47 on the year. 0-4 here in second half play, while the Ducks are now 9-2 against the Blue Crabs this year. They've won now 7 of 9, and they move to a record of 41-31. 42-31. A league best, by the way. So the Long Island Ducks, best team in the league right now. Record-wise, they pad their wins total, while the Blue Crabs lose tonight's ball game by the final of 5-3, dropping to 26-47 on the year. So, a reminder coming up next, it is the post-game wrap-up show. We will have the out-of-town scoreboard, talk things over about this game, and then speak about tomorrow's game as well. It's coming up next. This is the Legal ID Shield Southern Maryland Blue Crabs Baseball Network.
Hey Blue Crab fans, come out to Regency Furniture Stadium on July 2nd when the Blue Crabs take on the Long Island Ducks for Southern Maryland Library Night, presented by Southern Maryland Regional Library Association.
That same night, calling all wrestling fans, come down to meet Mickey James on Wrestler Night.
Come support the Blue Crabs and join us for the Paint the Park Night and our jersey auction on July 23rd, presented by University of Maryland Charles Regional Medical Center. Be sure to stay for our fireworks extravaganza show following directly after the last out of the game, presented by Sonic.
If you like wine and like to paint, you will love Art at the Park, featuring wine and design. Also on July 24th, it's our 6th Backbin Buddies Day, presented by Chick-fil-A. Kids play free in Pitch's Playground and can run the bases post-game. For tickets and more information, log on to somdbluecrabs.com or call 301-638-9788. Welcome inside the Blue Crabs post-game wrap-up show. I'm Drew Tarabokia. The final tonight, the Blue Crabs falling to Long Island 5-3, 5 runs, 14 hits for the Ducks. For the Blue Crabs, 3 runs, 8 hits, 1 error committed. And last night, the Ducks playing a doubleheader against Lancaster, so they used a lot of pitchers, and tonight it was pitcher by committee. Kevin Vance, the right-hander, went 3 innings, allowing just a hit, striking out 2, 45 pitches thrown. Frank DiGiulio Jr. an inning. Yeah, a little bit of a rocky inning at that. 2 earned runs, 3 hits, 1 strikeout. Nick Struck went an inning, striking out 1. Dustin Richardson went an inning as he allowed 2 hits, 1 earned run, 1 strikeout. Emilio Diaz, 1 inning, 1 strikeout. And Yuri De La Rosa, 1 inning and 1 hit allowed. He picked up the hold, while Todd Coffey, a 1-2-3 ninth. He picked up his 18th save of the season. Offensively for the Ducks, it was the Delta Cleary Jr. show with some Matt Minicozy sprinkled in, a solo home run by Minicozy in the 6th over the wall in left center. But Delta Cleary Jr. tonight, 4 hits, all 4 singles, while also recording 3 RBIs. Anthony Vega, big night at the top of the order, former Blue Crab with 2 singles, 3 runs scored, while Minicozy, as I mentioned, a home run. He also walked in the game as well. 2 hits at the bottom of the order for Mike Blank. Orlando Santos, the losing pitcher, went an inning and a third, 1 hit, 1 earned run, 2 strikeouts. Tim Sexton got the start tonight, 5 2/3, not factoring in the decision. 3 earned runs, 8 hits, 3 walks, 3 strikeouts. He kept his team in the game, throwing 89 pitches, but he did not record any 1, 2, 3 innings. Craig Stem went an inning out of the bullpen. Robert Carson went an inning, allowing a run out of the bullpen as well. So the Ducks are now 42-31 on the year, and they have won 7 of their last 9 games. And the Blue Crabs on the other side, 26-47, 0-4 here in second half play, and they are now on a 7-game losing streak. So looking ahead to tomorrow, game 2 of the series, it'll be the right-handed pitcher Brian Grenning, 3-3, a 3.99 ERA, up against John Brownell, 5-3, 2.90 ERA. He is throwing for the Ducks. It'll be game 2 of the series. We'll be on the air with you tomorrow for Blue Crabs on deck at 6:30, and then, of course, 7:05, the play-by-play broadcast, the first pitch of game 2 of the series, the Long Island Ducks and the Southern Maryland Blue Crabs. Blue Crabs with a tough stretch here, right before the All-Star break and after the All-Star break, as they will play teams with a combined record, the Ducks, the Barnstormers, and the Revolution. 117 wins and 99 losses. That's the record of those 3 teams combined coming into the night over the next 3 weeks. So the Blue Crabs, it's not going to be easy here right out of the second half gate, trying to pick up their first win of the second half tomorrow. It's not going to be easy, though, right out of the gate going into the All-Star break, and then after the All-Star break as well, for a team that has their backs up against the walls, finishing last place in the first half, trying to win that Freedom Division here in the second half and earn their spot in the playoffs and a chance to defend their Freedom Division title. So, again, Southern Maryland 0-4 here in second half play, and they have now lost 7 straight. We'll take a break. When we come back, we will give you our out-of-town scoreboard segment as the Blue Crabs fall tonight by the final of 5-3. This is the Legal ID Shield, Southern Maryland Blue Crabs Baseball Network. Blue Crabs fans, come out to the ballpark August 2nd against Lancaster. It's Hearing Professionals, Silver Sluggers, night number 7. Free Popcorn Tuesdays, presented by RC Theaters Lexington Exchange for the first 500 fans. On August 3rd, 11:05 special start time, it's Camp and Recreation Day. And on August 4th against the Barnstormers, it's National Night Out Celebration and Foster's Grill, Wings, and Beer Night. For more information, log on to somdbluecrabs.com or call 301-638-9788.
Hey Blue Crabs fans, join us at Regency Furniture Stadium on August 5th as your Southern Maryland Blue Crabs take on the York Revolution. It'll be Salute the Troop Night presented by Chick-fil-A of Charles County and the St. Charles Companies, as well as Craft Fair Night, Beach Party Night, and a firework extravaganza presented by PNC. The very next night on August 6th, the Southern Maryland Blue Crabs continue to take on the York Revolution for Southern Maryland Library Night presented by Southern Maryland Regional Library Association. It'll also be Urgent Care Night and a jersey auction presented by the University of Maryland Charles Regional Medical Center. For more information, log online to www.somdbluecrabs.com or call 301-638-9788.
ID Shield is the best way to protect your identity. If you become a victim of identity theft, ID Shield spends up to $5 million to do everything that it can to restore your identity. ID Shield is dedicated to your safety. Their identity specialists are focused on protecting you. They provide you with the services that walk you through all the steps to protect yourself. ID Shield monitors all of your personal information from social security numbers, credit cards, and bank accounts. ID Shield monitors everything from your passport, email, phone numbers, driver's license information, and much more. ID Shield is the only company that is partnered with Kroll, the worldwide leader in theft investigative services. ID Shield partner with Kroll protects the identities of more than 1 million people in 50 states and 4 Canadian provinces. For more information, call 571-337-3588 or log on to www.legalshieldassociate.com/BowareMJ.
This is Jeremy Owens, manager of the Blue Crabs. Thanks for listening to Blue Crab Baseball. Now back to the game.
Legal issues can mean trouble for anyone. No matter how much money you have, Legal Shield can help with a range of legal services. Legal Shield believes in educating and serving their members to improve their lives. Legal Shield partners with providing law firms across the United States and 4 provinces in Canada to help you with any issue you can think of. For more information, contact Marcellus and Jeanette Boweir at 571-337-3588 or log on to www.legalshieldassociate.com/Boweir MJ.
This is Cody Eppley, and you're listening to Blue Crabs Baseball on the Blue Crabs Baseball Network.
Hey, Blue Crabs fans, join us at the ballpark on August 7th as your Southern Maryland Blue Crabs take on the York Revolution. It's Chick-fil-A Backfin Buddies Day number 7, Babies in Baseball, as well as pregame autograph sessions, kids play in Pinch's Playground for free, and postgame kids run the bases. After about a week off, the Blue Crabs come back to town on August 15th against the Bridgeport Bluefish for Bark in the Park presented by Perfect Pet Resort as well as Dollar Hot Dog Night. And then on August 16th, it's Hearing Professional Silver Sluggers Day number 8, Shirt Off Your Back Clothing Drive, Thankful Tuesday, as well as free popcorn presented by RST Theaters Lexington Exchange for the first 500 fans. For more information, call 301-638-9788